Welcome to Brawlhalla.
Welcome. We are here for Summer Championships of Brawlhalla 2v2s, and we are kicking this bad boy off with the Australian region. I'm your boy Zipmaster Flex, and this bald guy by me needs no introduction. What's your name? Talk to him. You go ahead and introduce yourself, even though I said you don't need it.
Yeah, you said I don't need one, but
even though I said you don't need it. Tell him.
What's up, guys? It's Sparky here, ready to break down this AUS region for everybody. Getting to do this with Zip. I don't get to do this very often with Zip, so I'm excited for Australia. I'm excited for 2v2. I'm excited for the Summer Championships, and of course, I'm excited to be here alongside you on the desk. Let's break down who we're about to see as we move through the final parts of this tournament. We are now going to be starting with our top 4 for things on the upper side of the bracket. We're going to have Kyler and Cheeseface versus Vey and Hypeka. Now, going into this, I'm not that familiar with Vey and Hypeka. I know some people certainly are. Everyone in the Australian region, I'm certain, is going to be familiar with them. But me personally, not too much. They're coming into this one seed 6. If you look at their placements in the past, honestly, I don't know where that seed 6 came from because they place in 17th quite often. That means they're outside of top 16. Sometimes they're placing 33rd, things like that. So them getting this far is huge. The fact that they did it on the winner's side is huge. The fact that they're going up against Kyler Alice and Cheeseface for the chance for that guaranteed top 3 is huge. I didn't know too much about Vey and Hypeka before, but starting in just a few moments, I certainly will.
We're definitely going to know, because the thing about it is, you said you don't know where the sixth seed came from. It's obviously because they had a big-time placement somewhere in there. Maybe you had some 17ths, maybe you had some lower placements here and there, but that's what it's all about, because we have these brackets not very often, right? These big PR events are not consistent enough for you to say that that one big one's not going to jump you all the way to the top of the charts. And I'm not familiar with them either, so I'm ready to see what they've got. I'm excited. If you get this far in a bracket, it doesn't matter what game you're playing in, you're about something.
This is definitely going to be a big proving ground for this team individually, because we're talking about some of those placements. I'm actually going to read some of them out for myself, my own edification, but also for the education of everybody at home. Where are those 17th placements coming out? Brawlhalla World Championship 2020, 17th place. Australia Mammoth Cup, 17th place as well. 13th place in the Autumn Championship 2020. Steel Series, 49. And this isn't the recent Steel Series. This is Steel Series several years ago. So these are also some old placements coming out from this team. The most recent one that we're really going to be looking at wasn't even an official event. It was a community tournament, and this was January, February. March is the 3rd month of the year, in case you didn't know. Just wanted to let everybody at home know that. But March 11th, 2022, Waveside St. Patrick's Punch-Out, that came in with a 5th place finish. So that's a solid placement from this team. Even though it's just a community tournament, still a strong placement. And, I mean, they've made it this far in this tournament, even though March was many moons ago.
That is very, very much so facts. F-A-X, if you will.
No printer.
But, I mean, I do have to ask. Was that one of the ones that was PR'd? Wasn't there 1 or 2 events that was PR'd while Brawlhalla was on a break after midseason?
This one is not an official event. This was just a community tournament.
Okay.
So that's where that surprise on the 6th seed is, at least in my mind, where that's coming from is we have a lot of old tournaments here. We have one of them as a community tournament, which isn't really going to count for your seed. But obviously, the people who put them in the 6th seed spot, like they are obviously much smarter than I am. They knew this was coming.
They're way more educated than the 2 of us. I'll tell you that right there. But the cool part about that is you went back in years and you saw their placements throughout the tournaments. That's a good sign for these guys. It's obviously showed that hard work pays off, and they got to the point where they're here. They're here on the big stage.
Now,
they've been playing with each other for years, so they have that chemistry, and I want to see how that works. I want to see what kind of team combos they have. I want to see what kind of covers they have. I want to see what kind of defense they have. I want to see how they play well together.
I'm sure that everybody at home is probably saying, why are you guys talking about Vey and Hypeka so much? If you didn't know, 2 versus 2, there's 2, but there's also a versus 2. That means there's 2 more players. That's going to be Kyler and Cheeseface going into this one. They're going to be put into the crucible against Kyler Alice and Cheeseface, 2 of the most well-known names in the Australian region for this guaranteed top 3 finish. The winner moves on, gets that guaranteed top 2 finish. I'm sorry, not top 3, top 2.
Top 2, guaranteed.
Top
yes.
2
the winner gets
finish.
top 2.
they'll be sitting there in the grand finals. So we'll see how they end up coming into this one. I want to look at the bracket just real quick to see the previous match that Vey and Hypka played before they came into this one. It was against Ket and Raigundas. That was a very confident, at least the bracket tells me, a confident 3-1. Didn't need Game 5. They did it in Game 4. Now, look at Kyler, Alice, and Cheeseface. They went up against Doggo and Elsem. That actually was a Game 5 situation. So if we're just looking at the bracket raw with no other context, coming into this one, Vey and Hypka have a serious amount of momentum.
That is very true. Because you got to look at the team. Raigundas alone is a monster in this
Absolutely.
region, right? So you just look at that team and you say that they took them out 3-1. That is beautiful. I love to see it. So I'm looking at this screen, and I see on Vey and Hypka's side, I know you guys at home can't see it yet, but I'm going to let you know what I'm looking at. We have 2 Orions standing there ready to face danger. What are you thinking about an Orion duo?
It's a strong pick.
Yeah.
Orion is a strong pick right now. We see a lot of gauntlets. We saw a lot of gauntlets in the Brawl League source code that was about a month ago. That was sort of the last more or less major 2v2 tournament that happened since I don't even remember what the last official major tournament was. So that's sort of what I've been going off of like what are people playing. It's been a lot of gauntlets, a lot of Wushang specifically. If you look at what the other weapon that Wushang has is Spear. Yeah. That means Spear is also maybe indirectly getting a resurgence. Lance is getting a huge resurgence. We've seen Hughes doing a lot of work in South America. Who is he doing that with? Orion, of course, which we see 2 of, or we will be seeing 2 of, on our screen. So I think this pick is really strong. The signature kit, if you look at probably the Brawlhalla Reddit, I don't look at it because I would never go to such a dark place. But if you go there, I mean, you see Yellow Man bad. It's people getting angry about the signatures that Orion players are quote-unquote spamming in my ranked game. So a strong signature kit, even if you're not throwing it out constantly, because these players, well, they may do that. Who knows? We've seen Orions get away with that in the past.
I was going to say, we don't know what's going to happen.
I love this team. If you can, the fact that both of them are playing Orion means that they probably know how to play with another Orion, which means they know how to play with another Lance, which can be difficult.
That's
not every 2v2 team can play with 1 or 2 Lances. So it seems like since they're so confident on this, I'm looking at legend levels. It looks like 69, nice, and level 41. So a lot of time has been spent on these legends. I think they're going to have a mastery of how to play them, not only themselves, but with their other one.
We're going to see what happens here. But on the other side of the fence, we have Kyler Alice sitting on the Bodvar, and we have Cheeseface sitting on the Azoth, another signature-heavy character.
Very true.
Man, look. So that's one of the things I was going to say. When you mentioned we might not see them at this level spamming signatures, you don't know what's going to happen.
That's true.
There are literally 3 Sig happy characters out here, and one time, we need the Bodvar sword down Sig.
Look,
right?
I'm hoping we get it more than one time.
No,
I'm hoping we get it
one time for the one time.
10 times for the one time. That would be my preference. I hope we get to see that from Kyler, a long-time Bovar player. This classic setup. You know he's been playing this character for so long. Yeah, like you said about the Azoth pick with the signatures coming out, I'm thinking we could see some stinky Azoth coming out where it's just signature. We can't keep letting him get away with this.
I know that's right. Jesse Pinkman, he can't keep getting away with this. Here we go. Cheeseface jumping around trying to get something started with his bow. I don't know how I feel about him going bow into Lance like that, but now there's only one Lance present on the screen, and there is the spear in hand from Hypka. Hypka trying to chase in the skies against Cheeseface, not really able to get anything going, and now weaponless versus an axe and a hammer. Hammer Sayer coming out from Kyler, one more. I'm loving the way this game's starting off for the blue team.
It was interesting that Kyler didn't try and confirm the edge guard on Hypka, just immediately turned and started putting out some pressure onto Vey. So really maintaining that stage control, splitting up the red team means you can go for the 2v1 situation. Despite, thinking Kyler Allison, Hypka is going to drop the D-Light Sayer, didn't get the jump there. Nice ground pound. That's going to be a 1-for-1 trade. I would have thought going into this one, even though Vey and Hypka have made it this far in the tournament, like it's Kyler Allison Cheeseface. Let's be real. The pedigree that Kyler Allison Cheeseface have, way higher. They're going to end up going up, getting both kills on their knockouts on the red team. Kyler, the only one surviving on this first stock.
Kyler doing a good job, too. He's hurt, but he's got to get hit by some real stuff, especially with the 2 weapons that are on board. Maybe a Sayer from the – okay, we'll cut what I'm talking about. The recovery from the spear is going to go ahead and take that stock out. Nice job. Haven't eaten too much damage. Very, very even game. Red team has control really right now. We have Kyler weaponless. Look at that SIG for the punish on the neutral light. He didn't chase dodge, right? He wanted to control his side of the stage. He hit his teammate, hit the other player, but boom, that was so clean to come through with that side SIG and get the punish.
And if you're thinking about like one single move, Signature's not bad. It's going to give you a good amount of force on it against an orange opponent. Not going to lead to immediately the KO, but going to split up that blue team so they're far apart, can't follow up off one another. It's going to do a decent amount of damage. It was a grounded opponent. If you're going for that D-light into the side air for more damage, you're not going to hit it because it's a grounded opponent there. So definitely a good choice there for that single, just one move punish. Get that nice dump of force and damage immediately without risking too much. The only reason Kyler is going to live through this is because of that reduced force when your teammate ends up hitting you. Reduced force, going to have a little bit less damage as well on that. So that's really the only reason that Kyler survived there. He even turned it into a KO as well before he fell.
Exactly. And that was a very, very good pickup, right? I feel like it wasn't worth chasing him if you paid more attention to how many resources he used when he went out, and especially getting hit by his teammate after using, I think he used 2 of his jumps, and he got his recovery stolen, right? So all he had was a dodge and the extra jump you get from being hit to get back on stage. He wasn't going to make it. And Vay jumped down there trying to get the extra KO and got the turnaround on him. Bow, talk about a turnaround. Kyler's turned this into a 1v1. Ooh, tried to make a read on the dodge. Hypco was not able to get it. I am worried for Kyler right now. Nice pickup. Hypco with the weapon toss.
Nice.
Ground pound. Oh, what do you think of Spark? I'm scared for him.
Recovery almost KOing off the top. If he did that from the main stage, just maybe one jump height up, that might have been the KO. Hypco playing this really well against Kyler, maintaining this solid lead, doing their best to get weapon control. That like point blank D-Sig is going to be the KO option. Knew that Kyler was right on top. What are going to be your really other defensive options there? It's like a Lance D-Light. What are you going to do with that? You're going to be doing a little bit of damage, but you don't need damage at this point. Your opponent's already red. What a great option coming out from Hypka. 664 damage, picking up 3 KOs along the way. Fantastic work.
Highest damaging player on the board for the first game of this top 4. That was really, really good. 664 in a tournament setting is very, very, very good damage. We have 564 coming out from Kyler Alice with a teammate doing 417. So something's telling me that some stocks were getting lost a little early on the side of the blue team. But
we also saw an accident come out.
Yeah, there it was. Yeah, the KO of your teammate. That's what it was. That's what it was. But you know what? Yeah, let's look at these replays. I want to see the step back 2017 James Harden. Bow! Got him. That was beautiful right there. You know what I mean? You can call it travel if you want to, but he still got the bucket.
Now, one thing that does worry me a little bit is in that 2v1 situation, we didn't see a lot of power coming out from the red team. We didn't see a lot of confidence. It didn't seem like they were really in control of that situation. The control really happened once Vay got knocked out, and it was in that 1v1 situation. That worries me because the best 2v2 teams, they know how to play individually if they're split up. They know how to play together when it's an even 2 versus 2 situation, but also the best 2v2 teams in the game know how to play that 2v1. They know how to do that power play when they have that man advantage. That's an important ingredient that you need for the best 2v2 teams out there.
You're right. We didn't see too many big-time team plays. We didn't see a lot of team hustle for defense or anything like that. Honestly, whenever we did try to see the pickups, one of them was the Kyler turnaround KO. Some of them trying to help out is really putting them in a situation where they could have lost that game, whereas their singular 1v1 play is giving them the chance to win. Now, that was good team play on the side. Kyler's gone with another ground pound coming out from Bay, and on the other side, Hypka with a, was that a side sig? Or was that a sig?
That was a side sig.
Okay.
Huge work coming out. Major work on the right side edge as well. They had like complete control of that, of course, using that spear ground pound, that like downward helicopter with huge hitboxes on it can cover so much of that area up against the wall, even out it. We'll talk about the team follow-up. Yes, sir! They were in a 2v2 situation and they just turned it into a 2v1 just like that. I talked about that maybe being a weak point after last game. I was wrong.
Okay, so I'm hype about what you're hype about because that got me juiced. But I'm watching, and I saw Hypka just use the gravity cancel in-sig for Orion to touch the wall, and that move covers, right? Like, if they went to try to touch him, they were going to get yoked down and get slammed. That was going to be over with. That's clean. Me personally, I have not seen anybody do that. That is a very, very good tool to use your dodge to touch the side of the stage. But let's talk about these stock numbers. Pow! These are the first 2 stocks coming off of Vay and Hypka. But look at the damage on Cheeseface's second, and we already have Kyler AUS on the final stock, almost out of there. This is a tough comeback for the blue team, and the red team is showing us they have the teamwork. We don't need to question.
We see Vay in the edge guard situation. Kyler makes it through. I don't know how much longer he's going to be able to survive in this one. He is extremely damaged. We see him again sent off to the right side. No weapon toss came out. Maybe a little bit of a slip up here. He just barely gets back, but there's the down air. Vay takes that one. 4 stocks to Cheeseface's 1. We've seen incredible 2v2 team play here from Vay and Hypka. It seems like they needed that first game for a little bit of a warm-up, and I don't even want to call that a warm-up game because like they also won. Like,
exactly.
If you win your warm-up game, that's impressive. What are you going to do to take out this team that is now warm? Here we see the combo coming, slight drop, but we did see them hit that earlier.
We did see them
so
hit
they have
that
like
early.
a 50-50 on that, which isn't the worst thing in the world. Are they going to be able to clean this one up here? I expect that they are. A little bit of swag coming out from Hypka. Wasn't able to actually make the hit on the move. Still not taken out, though.
Finally. So much damage on the board that unarmed Sayer takes out the stock. 634 coming out for Hypka and 524 coming out for Vay. Vay with 5 KOs, and we saw the accident was there at the end of the game, right? Doesn't really matter. They already had it sold, and they were just messing around. Look at that combo. So that thing was clean. It only didn't work at the end there when they tried it because they didn't have enough damage on to let the gravity cancel side sig land. That's the only reason it didn't work. They executed it perfectly. Other than that, that was a very good game. They showed us. They did exactly what almost everybody I ever cast does in any game. They said, "Shut up, Zip." Anytime I say that you're not showing me something, I really need to see you do this. They always do it, and I don't know is that a reverse curse? Is that what I'm doing?
It's a blessing.
The blessing of Zip.
Yeah.
Hashtag Zip blessings.
Yeah. Get that going out there. You might see it pop up on the screen. Make sure to also hashtag BH Esports, and you might see it pop up on the stream. But one thing I really want to look at is we talked about it during the game, and I love that the numbers also support it after the game. Is this major step up? Because the first game, it was Hypka doing like 664 damage, picking up 3 of the technically 5 KOs that came out for the red team. So he's doing more damage, picking up more KOs as well. But then you have this next game, and Vay doing good damage numbers. Not necessarily the most, but 524. That's a good damage number.
Yes.
Also picking up, like you mentioned, 5 KOs. So this isn't just the Hypka carry session where Vay hops in the backpack. It's both members of the team sharing their own responsibilities, and those responsibilities can also change.
That is correct. Vay is definitely not in the Jansport. Vay is playing the game. Vay is out here to hold it down for squad. Red team is here to do what they need to do, and I'm loving it. They're showing us that they're here for a reason, and we said that before everything got kicked off. We talked about teams getting to this point of the tournament. You are not here by some fluke. You're here because you came here cohesively as a unit, and you showed every team along the way that they deserve to be in the lower side.
We're seeing Vay and Hypka do this at a really critical moment. I mean, we're essentially halfway through the competitive season, and we're all of a sudden seeing kind of a rise of this brand new team, and they're putting in work against Kyler AUS and Cheeseface, which aren't necessarily always the top dogs in this region, but still, everybody knows these names. Everybody knows the work that they've done in this region as representatives for their region. So Vay and Hypka doing this about halfway through the season means, I mean, sky's the limit for what they're going to do, even if they don't catch the victory here, even if they go down into the loser side of the bracket and fall there. They're going to keep this momentum going. They really did come up with a lot of momentum going into this one. They're forcing the character change from Kyler AUS as well. He wants that heavy-hitting Taros.
Oh my gosh, you know I love me some Taros. You know, I'm going to go ahead and say it. Taros isn't broken anymore. You know, I'm not going to let people keep slandering my boy. I don't think that he's broken anymore when his 2 weapons just keep getting... The axe is still amazing. Hammer's still really good. But they've been getting taken down some notches since back in the day when people wanted to cry about this guy.
We definitely don't see as much Taros anymore. You saw that neutral signature coming out from Vay. Ended up hitting Hypka. Got the accident there, which isn't necessarily a good thing, but they turned it into a KO, and then that was Cheeseface's second stock. So it's now 5 stocks to 4. That was a fantastic trade in favor of the red team. Hypka and Vey are doing incredible work here for this region. Beautiful downsig, gonna split up some of those players, maybe make it a little bit less chaotic in the middle, but Cheeseface is taking so much damage. Kyler hoping to rotate in, relieve some of that pressure, doing a pretty good job, picks up 2 hits.
Kyler was being a great bodyguard right there, trying to keep Cheeseface safe, but nah, they get Kyler out of there, and now what is going to happen to Cheeseface while he's gone? A nice little combo quickly into the down sig, so you don't have to deal with Kyler. Tried to get a pickup, now I like it. So Kyler's doing a great job. He's trying his best, and he's succeeding at keeping Cheeseface alive. He's going to need him to make this win possible. Now we have Hypka down to the last stock. Vey is almost on the last stock. If you keep Kyler on 2, even a 2v1 situation is possible.
Hypka does have to be careful. Can't take too much damage. Cheeseface going down low. You saw the sweat beads coming out, bouncing off the wall. That's going to take away some of the momentum. Keep Cheeseface alive just a little bit longer. Vey over on the edge. Cheeseface still in this game. Not anymore. Taking out there Kyler in the 1v2 situation. 3 stocks for the red team, 2 stocks for Kyler Alice, but he's a hard-hitting Taros. He has 2 stocks left on the board. Hypka's in orange, so if Kyler grabs an early KO onto Hypka, or even gets it onto Vey, and then gets the 1v1 in just a moment, he has the 1v1 situation here, could take another stock. Hypka completely backing up. Defensive game, wants to let Vey come in for that power play.
Kyler is playing so clean right now. He has been a menace on the stage for the past 2 to 3 minutes. They cannot do anything with this man. Clark Kent has taken off his glasses, ripped off the button up, and you see the S on the chest. Can he get the double? Will the kryptonite come through?
Sidelight side air, not going to be that kryptonite because it is not a true combo. There's the recovery taken off the top. Kyler is going to come back into this game. Brand new crisp white tee on him right now. Well, technically now he's gotten hit, so it's not quite as crisp anymore. Got a little bit of dust on those white Air Forces.
I mean, he only needs 2 per, and I think he might be able to get this. Oh my gosh, Hypka with a nice catch. Vey falling off a little too low. It's going to give Kyler the chance to get a weapon. He has the hammer in hand. All right, getting back on stage. They have been doing a great job of making him suffer. Not allowed to play really. Nice stomps there. No, the bait was so good from Hypka. Let him do the dodge, walk backwards a little bit, said, come here. A little bit closer, caught him with the downlight, and completed the combo with his teammate. That's the team play we were talking about. Hypka and Vey are looking great. That's it.
Yeah.
They're moving forwards.
That's a 3-0.
Kyler Alice with 725 damage. I really thought he was going to do it.
Look, if you see, we're probably going to get to see the end of the game. Pay attention to the top right of your screen to see how much damage the red team had on them. You can see it right there. They were, if Kyler got lucky, I don't even want to call it luck because Kyler's just that good. He really brought it back like that. They were so close to losing that game, which could have got the momentum shift for the more experienced players of Kyler and Cheeseface, who can then come back, hit the reverse 3 with all of that experience in high-stakes tournament environments under their belt. There was a real possibility that even though it was a 3-0, they had the control at the end of that game, we could have seen that go a complete different direction if Kyler wins just that one game. If he gets that one moment that he needed to find like a stomp side air, maybe he didn't even need the stomp setup, maybe hits the side air, but I do want to mention the end of that game. We saw the D-Light side air, not a D-Light recovery, because there was trust between the 2 teammates. You could have just gone for, I'm going to go for the D-Light recovery, but you might not have gotten the KO off the top. There might not have been enough damage done on that stock to get the KO, so you trusted your teammate by going for the D-Light side air. The D-Light side air wouldn't have KO'd. It was in the middle of the stage. Out comes the recovery follow-up from your teammate, trusting your teammate to get the timing, to choose the right move, to have the spacing as well. And that's trust between 2 teammates. That's this follow-up, this chemistry from these 2 players that we only saw get better as the set went on.
All right, let me give it to you.
Give it to me.
There's 2 factors here.
Okay, 2.
There is the trust.
Okay.
But when you look at what happened, honestly, I don't know. I don't know how fast we need to get into this next game. Can y'all bring that last replay up of that last KO? Can we do that?
Do it.
Can we for the one time?
Do it.
Is that possible?
He asked for his one time. You got to give it to him.
Is that possible?
It is.
Am I making y'all do too much back there?
No.
I just want to break it down.
They're talented. Production is talented.
They're talented.
They're the best in the biz.
They're more talented than us.
Oh, 100%.
the replay of the last KO from last game.
Dude, just bring up the end of the last game. Oh, my goodness.
It's good.
It's like amateur hour out here.
All right. So what I'm getting at is, so there was the trust, right? And then we're going to get into the clip. I'm going to show you what's going on. But I'll talk about it while they're getting it ready. You saw he hit him with the sidelight, and that's why I was like, he's like, come here, right? So he baited him. He gave him so much time, the dodge was back. So it was so clean because he backed up, and then caught him with the downlight, and now he can't go down D-light recovery because the dodge is back. So he hit him with the Sayer into the teammate because he trusted that he'll get the recovery to get the KO. Because he couldn't get the true KO himself, he had to give it to his teammate. That's what we're getting at right here. That was beautiful team play when you look at all the layers. Here we go. Pop. Right? Oh, we missed the beginning of it. It's all good. It doesn't matter.
They might give it to us again. Can we roll it back just a little bit earlier in the clip? I know we can do it. There's the sideline. Oh, they got it right here.
Yeah, see? He had to back up. Dodge is back at this point. So he has to go for the Sayer after the downlight.
You're right. You're exactly right. Man, we don't even need Remy. We have Zip here to break this down. We don't even need Remy. We can send Remy home. I'm just kidding. I love Remy. Anytime Remy's on the mic breaking down the analyst section, I get smarter, and that's hard to do.
Yeah.
Anything that can make me smarter is very difficult. So I'm glad you just made me a little bit smarter. You just made everybody watching at home a little bit smarter on that one. Not even a little bit, a lot of bit smarter.
All right, so we're getting into the next game real quick before the next game. One thing I'm looking forward to this weekend is Remy putting them shoulders down when he's on the analyst.
Yep.
My man was tensed up last time, my boy. But I love you, Remy. But so now we're getting into the next game. We have Doggo and Elsem going up against. Hold on, I can't see him. My old man eyes are getting me.
It's Amaze and Goddess.
Amaze and Goddess. I didn't even need to read that. I should have just looked at the characters and I would have known what was going on.
Yeah, you see a vector on the screen, and honestly, it doesn't even have to be Australia. You see a vector on the screen, you say Amaze, you're right 9 times out of 10.
Exactly. I shouldn't even have had to read the names. But this is gonna be. I don't know, man. This might be the best game of the night. I'm gonna put it there.
That's a bold claim.
I'm going to be bold.
Okay.
So I can respect that. So anybody that watches the Australian region over the past 2 years knows that I've done this a lot. And I've been talking about how I've been a fan of Doggo. Doggo is really good. I'm talking really good. I think Doggo doesn't get the respect Doggo needs. I'm going to be real about it. And then we have Goddess and Amaze. Look, man, that's a team right there, okay? We're talking about 2012 Miami Heat. That's what we're talking about.
Okay.
Right? That's a team.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to play Elsem. I'm just a Doggo fan, so I had to talk more on Doggo than I did Elsem. But either way it goes, this is going to be a great game. We have the Brand. We have the Hattori. We have Vector and Sidra. Look, this is exciting all the way around. We have character variety, not the top guys you see all the time. I mean, Brand is a mainstay, but every other character on here is like, these are niche characters. I love it. This is going to be some fun stuff. It's going to be some hype stuff, and I'm looking for this to be the best game of the night.
I've been a Goddess fan for a really long time. Goddess has done a great job of breaking into that sort of upper echelon of Australia and staying around, which is very difficult to do. Breaking in is hard enough, but staying around through all of the changes that happen in the meta shifts, in patch notes, all of that, being able to stay relevant for an extended period of time, very hard to do. That's the first time I saw Amaze, like, I was on board with Amaze. Like, I swear, 30 seconds into the first time I ever saw Amaze on stream, and Goddess is going to fall. That is a tough start to this one. Amaze is going to really have to put in some work if they want to bring it back for this red team.
All right, so I'm going to look at this, and I'm instantly going to say that is not Goddess.
Yeah, Goddess is a bot.
That is definitely not Goddess. But we have seen somebody get clapped up by a bot before.
That's true. That's true, man. You're gonna do him like that. That's rough. He's not. This isn't even his region. He's not even here to defend himself. This isn't even EU. He's probably asleep right now.
Oh man.
And you're sending shots through his window.
Hey, you know what? You ever seen you know what? I can't even think of the movie. So we're gonna go ahead and bypass that. And what we're seeing here, I'm assuming that we might. Are we waiting for Goddess to get back in? I think, or are we just gonna take like a homie game, right? Like how do we
I'm
do
not
this?
sure.
What
I'm
do you
not sure.
think?
Normally, like the rule is 10 seconds into the round, if anything happens, you start SDing, and that's like the signal to we're just going to completely wipe that game.
Yeah.
We're going to get back into it once the connection issue has happened. Or, I mean, even if you pick the wrong stage, 10 seconds in, if it's before that, just SD, and we'll pretend that never happened. I don't know what is going to happen with this. I mean, Elsum and Doggo did, like, give time to Goddess. I don't know if it was like a full disconnect. It did seem like bot behavior for a moment, but also there was a time where Goddess was just standing straight still on the soft platform and it was on the right side, and that is not bot behavior. So Goddess, I mean, everybody's on their second stock, Goddess included, so she's trying to do her best here on this one. Gonna get knocked out, but I mean, look at Elsum taking a lot of damage as well on a lower defense character coming out with the Satori. We could see Elsum getting caught in a bad spot, taken out of the game.
And this is an even game. Very close. If they can get Elsum stock out of there, this will really, really be close. Wow. Look at the side signature going all the way out there and touching somebody. Reach out and touch somebody. But Goddess, I don't know what happened to Goddess. Goddess got KO'd while I was talking about that side signature, and now you are all alone to deal with these two, Doggo and Elsum. I think it is a tough comeback. I don't know if it's possible, but we're going to see what happens. And the Lance is here, tried to get it, but the late dodge from Doggo saves him from the side there.
Ooh, GC sidelight from Doggo is going to miss. Didn't quite have it on that one. Didn't have the timing. Well, I actually don't know if we're doing a name change now. The Start GG name is still Amaze, but we are seeing Asmodee on here, and we're seeing that on the overlay as well. So I'm not sure. We're just gonna move forward with the name Asmodee, and she's doing a fantastic job here in this 1v2 situation. She's reasonably healthy on it, still in the, I guess, beginning stages of Orange. That nice side air is gonna take out Doggo, put Doggo on his final stock. Nice neutralite. That's gonna have Elsum in the orange. Pretty good spot. So any like major hit that's on Elsum, that's gonna completely split up the team, even if that doesn't lead to an immediate KO.
That is a very good look, because I was definitely going to mention if he could get this stock out of there, then it would have been a good look to create a 1v1. But like you said, any touch allows you to get some damage on a Doggo. Any touch is going to push Elsum out of the picture and create 1v1-ish situations for yourself. Bow, there you go. Now you're fighting one, but you get picked up, and the combo is good. Doggo closing the game out for Team Blue.
And that game was Asmodee just completely having to make up for whatever issues Goddess was having in that moment. And that's a tough spot. That's a tough thing to put your teammate through. Obviously, it's due to no control of Goddesses whatsoever. But the fact that, like, Asmodee almost did it. Almost did it to him.
Almost did it to him, and I'm telling you, with a full-fledged Goddess in the next game, and you see the 723 damage coming out from Asmodee, they might have Asmodee phobia.
You take that W if you're the blue team, but you're not really feeling that good about it. I mean, it's nice to have a +1 on your side, but you gotta be worried about what Goddess is going to bring to the table once we probably take a momentary break here to make sure Goddess gets the connection back where she wants it to be. Man, look at that. 490 damage coming out from the bow. Even with that, almost 200 damage from the Lance. So even though it is leaning towards the bow coming out from Asmodee, it's definitely not one-sided whatsoever. Asmodee is not just a bow main who happens to have a Lance.
That bow is a dangerous weapon. I think it's a great ones weapon, honestly. I never looked at it as like a really, really good 2v2 weapon, but that 490 damage is showing me otherwise. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking that the Lance is going to be a little bit more represented. Either way it goes, 723 damage. I think you really got to figure out what you're going to do here, because you collected data on Asmodee in this match. You collected no Goddess data. And it doesn't matter if you fought Goddess before. Every tournament, a player can play completely different than last time. You don't know what they learned along their journey. So this is going to be a tough deal. I'm looking for Team Red to take game 2.
I would think so. If we can get Goddess's issues under control, 100%, I would be putting my money down on the red team. I'm putting it on Asmodee. I'm putting it on Goddess as well. I have so much confidence in that team. I want to look at their trip through the bracket while we wait on this next game to start, because they came into top 8 on the loser's side. Their first set in the loser side of the bracket was that top 8 qualifier. It was against Jaxta and Yano. I'm definitely familiar with Yano for sure. So let's see who sent them down. It was Vey and Hypeka who might just be winning this tournament. The fact that you went down to seems like the best team so far in Australia, at least this weekend, not the worst spot to be in.
Not the worst spot to be in at all. But if we get another connection issue from Goddess, that will be the worst spot to be in. But we're going to go ahead and put a zip blessing out there. That is not what's going to happen right now. We're going into game number 2. Team Blue, Doggo and Elsem have the lead, and it looks like we have a healthy internet connection from Goddess to get into this bad boy, but no weapon in hand. Hasn't really taken much damage. Good start from the blue team, though, because they're swinging away, and they have control of mid-stage.
I do like the spread, even though it's more of a traditional character pick coming out from the blue team. I do like the spread. Hattori, just a utilitarian, a workhorse of a character. Bryn, same kind of thing. Nice spread in the weapons, nice KO potential, nice just regular defensive moves, offensive moves, sort of utility-based moves where you have a get-off-me tool, you have a nice edge guard tool, you have some spiking tools. Just solid hitboxes from both of these characters. Very strong. That's why you see them so often in 2v2.
I gotta ask you a question here.
Okay.
Am I hearing workhorse incorrectly? What is workhorse?
Workhorse, it's like it's your daily driver, right? You're not driving the Ferrari to work every day. You're taking the Ford F-150. You're taking the Toyota Corolla. It's going to get the job done.
All right, so that's why I asked you, because I thought I knew what it was, and I'm not going to allow you to call Bryn a workhorse. I'm not going for it. I'm not letting it happen. Not on my watch. Oh, my gosh. All right, Doggo is out getting a KO on mid-screen. Elsem and God is fighting for their lives on the side. Neither one really could take control of the situation. Finally come back to mid-screen, and good help out from Elsem to come over there and get Asmodee off of Doggo on that side, left side.
Yeah, really the defensive options, the peel, almost like we're talking about a MOBA coming in here. The ability for Elsem to come in and say, no, that's my AD carry. You better get off of him right now. I'm going to grab you with some CC that really doesn't exist in this game. But somehow Elsem is able to do that on a lower defense character, so definitely not a tank, definitely not the most KO potential, but Elsem is doing a great job with it. And we were at a very even game, but due to Elsem's damage on the second stock in a pretty good spot, still technically in the orange, even though Elsem is in danger of being edge guarded. Elsem's still alive in this one. We could see the red team taking a solid lead here if they're able to get the full team wipe.
I'm going to tell you like this, man. I'm buying your mixtape because that MOBA bar was beautiful. That was amazing. And you know what else was beautiful? The side signature coming out from Goddess. Goddess dunking their own teammate. What is happening?
That's tough to watch because
gosh.
you see the idea that the red team had of you're going to do some moves, I'm going to follow up. We're going to play correctly like the best teams in the world do, but their wires got a little bit crossed. They were not quite on the same page, and the team KO came out. You hate to see that, but a beautiful spot dodge from Doggo to keep himself safe from that D-Sig that came out from Goddess.
Yeah, because that would have been Dunkaroonie. Okay, nice recovery from Asmodee. Doggo being protected by Elsem because Goddess wanted to go out there and edge guard. And here we go. Nice job. Gonna get a spear in hand. Doggo trying to fight back, trying to find an answer here to really, honestly, help out as Elsem. Elsem has really been holding it down for the team, and Doggo's kind of here and there getting some stuff rolling for them. This is the Elsem show to me.
The blue team is behind at this point. Elsem's going to need a weapon. I mean, we see the double recoveries coming out. That's not going to have the KO potential or even the damage potential that this blue team needs to fight their way back in this one. Elsem was able to grab a weapon. That insig would have been a huge spike. Nice punish coming out from Elsem while Asmodee was in the air. The sword recovery. A neutral air from Asmodee. Interesting choice there. When Elsem was very much in the red, they do get the KO onto Doggo, giving this 2v1 situation, but it's certainly winnable for Elsem. Not anymore.
Okay, see, you saw that recovery. That's what I thought we were going to get on the last combination. But we got a neutral light. Still ended up winning the game, but that wasn't the one. Hold on, what are we looking at? 906. Bro, are you kidding me?
Is that Cody Travis? Is that Cody Travis playing the Vector here? I want to heap so much praise on Asmodee for that because like that's a big number. But that means that's the damage that Asmodee had to do. Like that's what it required to get that W. And that wasn't that wasn't a 3 stock, that wasn't a 4 stock, that wasn't a 5 stock. That was last hit red. That could have gone the way of Elsum if maybe one or two variables changed. If a butterfly flapped its wings early on in that game, we could have seen the tornado that is Elsum getting the KO and taking that game. So that does worry me. The fact that Asmodee had to do that much damage. At some point, the amount of damage you do is more of a con than a pro.
Sparky. That's Sparky Kutcher with that butterfly effect reference. But either way it goes, you're right. That's a crutch. You know, you can look at it as an amazing performance, but man, the way you just put it, you can see it as a crutch. Because if you're having to put out that much damage, now this game, say you get 600, that in turn looks like an L if your teammate played the same way they did the previous game.
Now, we don't know if Goddess's issues are fully solved, right? Just because Goddess isn't standing still on the soft platform doesn't mean that everything is 100%. So maybe this game will lead us more in that direction of understanding exactly where Goddess is. This is a great start to it. They didn't quite have the perfect team combo, but you see them controlling the blue team. The blue team being so split from one another didn't really give them the option to get that team combo, but they were still winning their 1v1s even though they were separate.
Man, we're talking about 1v1s. There's definitely two separate scraps going on here. This is not 2v2s. This is 1v1s with two fights going on one stage. That is what's happening at this moment. Bow! Oh! Gonna get 2 for 1 special? Did we get the 2 for 1? What a save from Elsum. I cannot believe Doggo got out of that situation. Elsum said, carry on without me, my friend. Carry on.
He said, you go, I stay. You go, I stay. I'm going to hold the door for you here. That was just like perfect 2v2 play from all parties involved. It just happened to be that like blue team was in an essentially unwinnable situation if the red team played correctly. And guess what? They did.
Yeah.
They followed up with those safe options from the weapon toss. Everybody was just playing textbook Brawlhalla.
That was beautiful gameplay. And yeah, I mean, Elsum really did have to make that sacrifice because there was not enough room on that door. Boom! Is this combo? I gotta see what it turns into.
Almost had it!
Gosh, that could have been so clean! Well, yeah, he could have opted to do the up throw off of that signature, so that could have been the KO. So that is going to be a big-time missed opportunity, and we're going to see what comes from it.
Whoa, that was a beautiful D-Sig! Completely split up the blue team. I love double-sided signatures because of moments like that. They're great in 1v1 because you don't have to guess which side your opponent is on. They're great in 2v2 because they can split up your opponent completely. Incredible work. And we haven't even talked about, like, so many amazing things have been going on in this game. We didn't even talk about the character switch coming out from Doggo. He's playing Dusk.
I forgot. Yo, like, I just act like it was normal, like I had been seeing it. Oh my gosh, literally talked about him being able to use the signature to chuck in different directions if it would have caught, and did not recognize the character's change. Look at that signature coming out from Asmodee. Almost got the stock off of Elsum, but it was not enough. Nice down air, and the dodge is expended. Oh, had to go for the recovery to get your own self back on the stage, and that's going to lead to Elsum living. Boom, boom, no longer. Goddess said, I got that, my boy.
Edgeguard situation coming up. Charging up that D-Sig just a little bit. Didn't end up hitting it, but and that is going to be that game. We are now 2-1 in favor of Asmodee and Goddess. We see again, a lot of work still being done by Asmodee, but I'm not gonna admonish Goddess whatsoever for that because the damage numbers were still fine. The KOs that she picked up were still good as well. So it's definitely not like a lack of play coming out from Goddess. It's just like this is why it was like 30 seconds into the first time that I ever saw Asmodee play that I was like, oh yeah, I'm a fan.
I'm here for it.
I'm not even a fan anymore. I'm a stan.
That's good. I like it. I'm still in fandom. You gotta take the set. Yeah, show me some more.
Okay.
Yeah, show me a little bit more. You know, because I'm still a Doggo fan, so how can I just immediately throw you from...
I understand.
What I mean? I can't just automatically jump you to fan and then turn it to a stan. Nah, I can't do that around here. That's too much.
No, I can definitely respect the loyalty. I mean, Doggo, he got that dog in him, so you got to respect it. You got to respect it.
That meme, I'm so old, man. That meme, the first time I saw it, where you see the rib cage and then there's some dogs in there, I had no idea what that meant like the first 4 times. And then I was looking at it one time in my group chat and I was like, some dogs in them. Got the dog in them. Oh my gosh, I couldn't believe it.
That's a real life picture of Doggo. That is what he looks like in real life. And we are seeing yet another character swap. We're actually seeing the 2 character swaps coming out from the blue team. Same characters from the red team.
Yep, same characters. I'm looking for... Oh, Doggo with the... Okay. The Ultram swap. I think did you want to bring some Lance into the party? Is that what it's about?
There was already some Lance in the party, and they wanted not even a little bit more. They wanted a whole lot more of that that disrespectful Lance.
Wow!
That slow Lance bonk on the head. Yo!
Doggo made that back off of 2 immaculate plays. The neutral light to get the chase dodge up still wasn't enough, and then the recovery from Elsem to save the day. Elsem ends up losing that stock, but I cannot believe Doggo got to stay, and that is going to be a turnaround. Doggo gets the KO, and we have a tied game. Oh my gosh. Are you going to get KO'd again? No! Don't let this edge guard happen. I was so scared for Elsem at that moment. Goddess was trying to make this first stock count, sitting on deep red, and almost got the fresh second stock of Elsem out of there.
Goddess had so much power in that moment. She had so much control of everything that was going on. Oh, just barely misses the D-Light Nair as the option. I think picked up the D-Light too close to where her actual character was, so she couldn't get the Nair follow-up. It ended up being 2 stacked in the actual like clunk of the D-Light hit.
So this is a chaotic game, man. It's hard to keep track of all the greatness that's going on the screen at the moment, especially when we see that save we saw earlier. We see the moment that you just mentioned. We see the KOs that are coming out from Doggo. What can Doggo do while alone on stage, fending off both players? Great job. A down signature is going to land, but you're going to get punished for that one with no dodge in hand. And Asmodee really was not able to chase. Nice job to go over the top by Doggo.
Seeing Asmodee just kind of play towards the middle of the stage. We are seeing a lot of damage coming out that is on the red team side. Asmodee taken out. Are they going to get the full, the bounce. After the desync from Elsem hit, Goddess ended up hitting the wall. That took away some of the momentum. Didn't immediately lead into the KO. You saw Asmodee charging that. Didn't want to hit her teammate, but because of that, gave Doggo the time to come in with the ground pound to actually take the teammate out.
That was so good. My gosh. People are just getting tossed left and right. This is a speed run of a match for both teams. Ooh, that was dangerous territory for Asmodee, able to get back in there. Spear in hand from Elsem. I have not really seen too much of this spear going to work. A few D-lights at the stairs here and there, but it has not been the star of the show. It's been the lance from Elsem, and definitely the bow and the spear from Asmodee have been doing a great job. You know what? I think that...
Oh, that's huge!
That's huge. Hold on. What we got? What we got? Oh, my gosh. What a beautifully timed dodge from Goddess to stay alive here.
You talked about that spear not being the biggest player in this game so far, but when he has that spear in hand, he's going for those D6. Elsem's been using those so much. Is Goddess going to be able to make it? Goddess gets back. Doggo taken out. Elsem in the 1v2 situation. Elsem, it's still winnable for him. He's going to hope to get the W here to turn it into a Game 5 situation as he's down 1-2 in this best-of-5 set.
Yeah.
Oh! I thought the true combo option wasn't going to come out. I thought that they weren't going to get the follow-up. I thought the red team was going to see like, oh, our timing wasn't perfect, so we're not going to go for any follow-up. I thought Goddess was going to say, okay, I don't feel comfortable about going for anything, but turn around neutral signature. Gets the KO, takes the game, 3-1. Amazing Goddess. Moving on over Doggo and Elsem.
So you see Elsem has the book in his hands, and it says you. He's reading the book of Goddess. He's trying to figure out what page.
He can't read.
Huh?
He can't read.
No. That's funny, though. No, he's trying to see the page where he says, all right, what in the world made you neutral sig that direction?
Okay.
I dodged past because I figured you would not go that way. Why did you do that? And I don't know if that page exists because I don't even know if Goddess knows why Goddess did it.
He's reading like a choose-your-own-adventure book, and he keeps like, oh, I'm going to jump over the pit. Oh, no, man, I fell into the pit and broke my leg. Oh, okay, well, hold on, I got to go back now. Okay, how do we get here? I'm going to jump and grab the vine. Oh, the vine was slippery, fell in the pit, broke my leg. It seems like no matter what page he's on, ends up falling.
Mm-hmm. That's tough stuff. You know, Sparky, I don't know where you get this stuff. How did you come up? How did you, on the fly, just bring up that booklet?
because I have ADHD, so my brain is just they actually made that movie Everything Everywhere All at Once about what goes on in here while things are happening.
That's okay. So that's about what's going on in your head. That is also one of the best movies I've ever seen in my life. And with what I said, is this holding up to be the best set of the night, or?
So far, 100%.
All right. I mean, we're only 2 sets in.
We
so
still got
I still have
SEA to
time
go,
be
so I don't know if I feel bold enough. That was one heck of a set, though. That was incredible to watch, especially we started off with Goddess DCing, and then Asmodee having to basically pick up all the marbles that fell on the ground, and she did an incredible job. But, man, the fact that it turned out the way it did, incredible work that continued from Asmodee. Goddess got better and better and better once some of those issues were solved. Incredible work from this red team. Can't wait to see what they have for the rest of us. And we don't have to wait. That's the beauty, Zip. We don't have to wait. I'm impatient. I don't want to wait for stuff. We get to watch it right now, and it's against a team we haven't yet seen on the stream. It's Fi and Beware of Chair against Asmodee and Goddess.
I love that name so much. Beware of Chair. I don't know what that means, but I'm a fan of it.
Well, we'll see are they going to play a sword character that has the chair sword skin? It doesn't look like it. Okay. So, look, I'm not worried about the chair yet. I'm going to say that right now.
You're not worried about it yet?
I have no reason yet to be afraid. I would love to have a reason to beware of the chair, but I'm going to wait for it.
I mean, I'm going to tell it to you like this. The Macho Man Randy Savage definitely could hit you with a chair at any given moment. That's still a wrestling.
100%. 100%.
But here we go, getting into this set. We have the blue team sitting on two smackers, right? One is a quick KO type character. We got the Ragnar as Raphael, and then we have good old Olgrim as Macho Man Randy Savage. Both these characters can get you out of there quickly, and Goddess is going to have to be wary of that. But you also have the bow and the lance coming out from Asmodee to hold you down, and they did a great job last game. We'll see how this works.
Now, you talk about those quick KO legends on the blue team. We have major spiking options from both members. I mean, we also have one from Goddess as well. It's that big anchor that she's bringing out, getting that beautiful spike to take away the first stock from Fi. But we also have spiking options like that from both members of the blue team. We have it on the Ragnar. We have it on the Olgrim.
That anchor will definitely hold you down. You feel what I'm saying? Nice neutral light coming out from the axe of Ragnar. Boom! Neutral signature is going to get the stock out of there. And here we go. Beware of Chair. Getting 2 stocks back-to-back to kind of even this up, but we still have some danger. Whoa! Nice turnaround to keep.
Oh, Goddess is going to fall off with that one.
I was just about to say, Goddess saved himself with that turnaround. Is coming back with that side signature to challenge. And no siree, Bobby Joe Johnson, it ain't going to work.
I didn't happen to catch how much damage she had on her stock when she fell, but that had to have been a crazy early KO.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that extended combo or string that came out from Fi that sent Goddess so far to the right, so she had to burn so many options. The follow-up, that came out from Chair after that to make sure she didn't touch the wall. The pressure that they put on Asmodee, so Asmodee couldn't get the save. They played that so expertly.
That was perfect play. Man, is this going to be the end of the stock of Chair? Oh, there it is. Good job getting that one out of there. And a surprising lead for the red team. I thought that the red team was going to be in danger at this point. But, man, look at the way they're playing this. We got Asmodee really sitting here in hot, deep maroon, right? Like anything should be able to get the KO, but only getting tapped by very, very light attacks. Nothing big until that one, and we got the recovery over the top to really tie this game up. This is even because you look at the damage of Goddess, and this could turn into a 2v1 really fast.
Even though it was 3 stocks on the red team compared to the 2 of the blue, based on the damage, the blue team was in the lead. Because every hit that they put out on the red team was going to completely split them up. One of them, of course, led to the KO on Asmodee. That gave them time to put pressure onto Goddess to find the KO there. Little bit of wire crossing there. Didn't quite extend that into the real big damage that we would expect. But with double axes on the field, you do have to worry about DI coming into effect. If you neutralite and your teammate neutralites, that means your opponent can DI move themselves out of any potential follow-ups, that means the blue team has to make a read, a major decision in that moment, which can be really tough to guess what your opponent's going to do. Is Asmodee going to take this? Pick that one up high. That's one KO. There's the side light. No true KO option follow-up off of that side light. That's why you saw Asmodee back up.
Oh, you just gave the game. Oh, my gosh. I thought that was over with. High ceiling is going to save. Here we go. What's the option here? Back in the same situation on the other side of the stage. Asmodee trying to find the last hit. This 2v1 could happen. Oh, decided to commit. And the punish with the Nair is going to do it. Asmodee keeping the momentum from the last set. 789 on the board.
Bro, Asmodee's so filthy on it. Absolutely disgusting. So much damage every single game. That gives Goddess a lot of flexibility. That like takes so much of the pressure off of Goddess. Now, I said it was like a negative before, and I still do. I believe that. Because a lot of the time, Asmodee has to do all that damage. We do see 510 damage coming out from Goddess this time, but again, having to put out almost 1,300 damage every single game, that's so tough. You just can't count on that every single game. Asmodee's doing a great job of making it happen very often, frequently, but you cannot count on that every single game.
So the thing you have to look at is, when are teams going to say, I mean, we kind of need to focus Asmodee.
Exactly.
When are we going to see that? But then there's the other side of that coin. You flip it like Two-Face, right? And then the other side of that coin might say to you, if you do that, do we really get to see what Goddess is holding in that bag? What is in that bag? If you start chasing down Asmodee and you free up Goddess, you might start to see 700 damage on that side. So it's tough.
We are in a best-of-5 set, and that's the beauty of a best-of-5 set is you have that experimentation time. I would like to see, you bring up an excellent point, I would like to see the blue team try and bully Asmodee out of the game to see if Goddess has that in her to do that 600, 700, 800 damage when they take Asmodee out. Oh my gosh, Asmodee said, look, it normally takes 180 to 200 damage to KO someone. Not anymore. High damage numbers, I don't even need them anymore. I'm going to carry my opponent out here. I'm going to hit a signature when they're in yellow or orange right next to the blast zone. I'm getting a KO.
I like it, and that's going to be the stock coming off once again for the blue team. My goodness. And red team coming out hot. Oh, if the Sair came out right there, that would have been really dangerous, but I think that could have put Beware Chair in a really, really, really bad situation. The dodge was already spent. Wow, the Sair coming out, and that's going to be the stock of Goddess. Goddess is down one. We still have a lead. We still have a good lead on the red team. But we're going to have to see the blue team pick it up. Because this is the domination station, my man.
Oh, that's tough. I came over like, I'm here to help. I'm here to help. Boom, ground pound. Saw his boy completely just mashed into dust. Sent down to the bottom. 5 stocks to 3. That's tough to watch. You just saw your homie get clapped.
Definitely did. Oh, that was
so
Ricky! Ricky!
Oh, Ricky! That was a KO? You're kidding, dude. Amazing. Asmodee is so nasty.
Disgusting. Oh, my gosh. This is getting real bad. This is getting real bad. Look at this. This is one of those, I don't like to be predictive and say, like, yeah, it's impossible. But,
look, it's almost impossible.
I mean, right? Like,
Fi needs several miracles to happen, not just one.
Look at what's happening.
Yep, Goddess completely saying, hey, I know Asmodee's been doing a gorillion damage every single game. I'm going to let her do that.
Red team win.
And look at the damage. Look how much damage she had to do this game. 524. That's it. 524. You add these two numbers up. My brain is small. Hold on. I gotta pull out the calculator.
You add those two up, and you have Asmodee's regular damage from other games.
Yeah, straight up. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah.
I don't know why I have to like empirically prove it, but it's 524 plus 281. That equals 805. We have seen Asmodee do more damage on her own in multiple games, and yet look at the KO efficiency coming out. Incredible work from Asmodee. Look at the top of that graph. Look at that long wedge. That means like no falls.
None.
No issues whatsoever. Incredible play from Asmodee.
That's what you want to see. That's the kind of graph you want to see when you look at your flight recap. Yeah,
Straight
you don't
up.
even want to see any falls. You know what I'm saying? Oh, my gosh. The dunk to start off the game wasn't able to chase, luckily, and we're going to be able to save that stock. But you know that Bo ground pound does not care what damage you're at. If we got another one, that could have been it.
If we're talking about moves that don't care what damage you're at, like we're seeing Chair on this cross pick, cross neutral signature does not care what damage you're at. It doesn't matter how much damage is on your shirt, how many creases are in your Air Forces. Those could be crispy, brand new, right out the box, and you're going to be taken out if you eat a neutral signature from Cross's gauntlets.
You ain't lying, my boy. What we have on the table, there it is, not able to get Goddess out of there, trying to fight back. Fi has sword in hand, and we have the Hotori out there. First off, we did not mention that, but we did mention the cross coming out. Mr. Luke, Mr. Broken SF5, doing his thing. All right, and the blue team has a very good, okay, I was about to exaggerate. It has the blue team has a good lead, but there we go. See, now it's going to start all falling together. The puzzle's getting pieced up. And Fi trying to save that last stock, but nice! Coming over the top, alley-oop from D-Wade to LeBron James. And as Modi getting the stock off of Fi, now we have a super tight game.
Now that last KO is why, like, I'm here on the desk and they're the ones playing in the game, because I saw that signature, the first signature come out from Goddess, and I was like, okay, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What do you think is going to happen right here? And then all of a sudden, I didn't even see Asmodi coming, and she nailed it.
I definitely didn't see Asmodi coming at all either. Hey, I like that. Shut it down.
That was nice.
But get your hands off my friend. That's what that was.
Straight up said, that's my purse. I don't know you.
I don't know you. Oh, my gosh. That's Bobby. All right. The cannon. You know what? I mean, we've seen some KOs here and there and a few little combinations out of the cannon. But with the newly patched cannon, I would assume we'd see some more. Wow. Throwing the haymaker. Exactly what Luke does to you. Big-time damage from small hits. And going to get the stock out of there. Chair trying to get back on stage, makes it back, and is fighting with the gauntlets in hand, trying to keep the lead for his team without losing the stock, but you're going to get caught by Asmodi. I think you're out of there. Yep, weapon toss will seal the deal.
Now, after the incredible destruction we saw last game at the hands of the red team onto the blue team, this game is definitely different. The lead is in favor of Fi and Beware of Chair. Oh, that was an interesting sequence of events that ended up leading to a team KO. That's not what you want, period, but definitely not when you're behind. You're up 2-0. You can't risk that. It'd be really nice to take this one 3-0, send your opponent packing, guarantee that top 3 finish.
It'd be nice, but it's tough.
This is going to be a very large mountain. Going to grab that one. Oh, the dip down was too quick. Fi wasn't able to punish it properly. D-Light recovery not quite taken off the top. We are on Demon Island.
The idea was really, really smart, trying to come down there with the
Absolutely.
down air and get that stock out of there. I mean, Goddess made the right play, probably the best play possible, because a regular dodge going onto the stage was going to get you out of there anyway. Blue team going to take this one. What's the damage number? Like 616 for Asmodi, 327, right? So you still have another dominating performance for the red team on that side, for Asmodi on the red team, and still not able to get the dub. When are we going to see the Goddess numbers jump sky high?
Man, I don't know. I'm looking at the play that we've seen so far, and like we've been heaping a lot of praise on Asmodi because it seems like, based on what we've seen so far today, Asmodi is one of the best Australian players. But Goddess is one of the smartest Australian players because she decided to team with Asmodi. And that's just as important as being good. Being smart and being good are both extremely valuable things to have on a 2v2 team. I say this about Acno and Blaze all the time. Blaze, one of the best 2v2 players in the entire world. Acno, one of the smartest 2v2 players in the world because he teams with Blaze.
I love that take. I love that take. And now we are in the situation. When you lose that game and you had it 2-0, everything could have been nice and sweet. You move on to the next round. Could have been a good deal. But here you are. You allowed a game on the board. And now they only need 2 to get you up out of here. And now you're backpedaling. You're on the back foot. Even with the lead, you're on the back foot of getting reverse 3-0.
I'm smelling grilled meat in this room, and I thought it was the blue team. I thought they were cooked. I thought they were done. I thought that's what I was smelling. No, it's just dinner here because they still have a lot of life left in them. The swap to Cross, the switch to Hattori as well. This team is playing really well. They are going to be knocked out first. Is it going to be the full team wipe? It certainly must be unless, okay, Asmodee is there just in case Fi was able to rotate in time. Of course, playing Hattori, you have that really high movement speed.
That was almost super close. You saw what Asmodee was trying to do, and then the gravity cancel neutral light. If Goddess was able to come over there and not get hit, Goddess tried to gravity cancel D-light into ground pound off of a combination there. That would have been the stock. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that unarmed from both players turning into a situation of a robbery of a stock. It didn't happen, but it was some really good stuff to see forming.
Slight misstep just towards the end of that. That was a very extended 2v1 combo, so a lot of damage was done. Couldn't quite finish it off with the recovery to add just a little bit more mustard on it as the red team member was spawning back in, but still, incredible work. Fi and Beware of Chair, like right before that combo, this game was looking like it was going to be in the favor of Asmodee and Goddess. Then I started saying that sentence, and we saw the first side signature, and I was like, okay, tides are turning. By the time I was finished with that sentences, the tide has definitely changed. The tables have turned, and we are now looking at a blue team lead.
The tables have turned. You talked about them getting cooked, and they're hungry. They're here to eat. They ain't getting cooked. They're here to eat. I'm loving the way that this game is going so far. We have big-time health on the side of Chair. I'm loving the pick here, too, right? The Luke has been doing big-time work, and you don't really get to see the tournament cross very often. Tried to get sneaky there, leaking in with a neutral sig, but a side six can get your teammate gone, and you might be going into a 2-2 situation if you can't clutch up. Held it a little too long.
Yeah, I think he wasn't quite sure on the timing for it. They were spread really far apart. Unfortunately, he's going to fall, putting Fi in the 1v1 situation for just a moment. Yo, I thought Fi was just going to wait. I thought Fi was going to run away, play defensive. We are now heading into a Game 5 situation.
This is where they didn't want to be. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that. They did not want to be here. It was a clean situation. They almost had the game 3-0 to close this whole bad boy out. And now we're going to sit here and watch them have to deal with 2-2. And, man, you go back and you watch this over again. If you lose this, that's pain. That's nothing but pain.
That's going to stick with you.
Man, look, you ever seen Teen Titans Go?
Yes.
Oh, yes, okay.
finally, we have a reference that. Well, hold on. I might not understand it. I've seen it. I don't know if I'm going to get it, but like this is the first time I've understood. Yeah, Cyborg.
Painbot. No, not Cyborg.
Not Cyborg.
Painbot.
I don't know who Painbot is.
All I know is Pain.
I
knew it was going to happen. Me and Sparky have synergy, but we do not have the reference game. And at one point, we will have that. But these guys have the synergy also. Both teams have been looking good throughout this set. I don't know. I can't pinpoint who's going to win this one. We've got to see a change-up from the red team. And is the red team more damage from Goddess? Is that the answer?
We are seeing the character swap. They're going to hope that that change-up is what this red team needs to find the victory here in this Game 5 situation. We're also on a completely different map. We've been playing a lot of Demon Island, which has no moving platforms, no soft platforms whatsoever, tiny side walls. But here now we have 3 soft platforms. We have very large side walls. So we have a complete change coming out in terms of stage pick as well.
There's been a lot of KOs that almost happened over the top, and Demon Island's ceiling is very high. This one, kind of not. So we're going to see how this turns out, and we know the spear can KO over the top fairly easily. So can the bow. Both teams have a weapon that can really shake things up here in this set. Man, off the side, Goddess was able to survive, but guess who wasn't? Chair, and neither was Fi, and a red team with a very nice lead.
We're seeing Asmodee in a really good spot damage-wise, just in the orange at this point. We're seeing Goddess get sent over to the right side, but she is able to get back onto the main platform. No worries there. We're seeing Chair coming in, putting out some damage, nothing leading to a KO. Still has Asmodee in the orange. There's one KO off the top. Asmodee not going to really go in aggressive for the 2v or the 1v2 situation if you're looking at Asmodee's point of view. Sticking over on the wall, waiting for Goddess to come back in.
You know what? In high-level play of any game, I love to see people, people like to call stuff spamming. If you're at this point in the tournament and someone's allowing you to do a move repeatedly, you're not spamming. That's calculated play with the same attack. And we're seeing a lot of side signatures coming out from Beware of Chair, and those things have been clapping this whole time, ever since the cross pick.
Look at how effective they've been so many different times in so many different instances where sometimes you're close to the edge, sometimes you turn it around, do it the opposite side, sometimes you're in the middle of the stage, sometimes your opponent is orange, sometimes they're red, sometimes they're yellow. So he's been able to use it so well in so many different instances. Like, it's a really good signature.
It's a really
so
good
using that is not the worst idea in the world, and the way Chair's using it, very smart idea.
It is definitely covering a lot of ground. Throws it out the wrong direction right there, right? I know the idea. It would have hit Asmodee, but just did it the wrong direction, and your teammate ended up getting cleaned up. And now you're in a tough situation. Asmodee holding strong for the red team. Goddess not getting KO'd yet.
That was critical.
Ground pound. Yeah, that was big time. I can't believe it actually KO'd. I did not think it was going to be enough. Maybe it was the uppercut into the ground pound that added that extra damage. But either way it goes, this is fairly even, but the blue team is still in trouble, especially out here on this side.
Chair has a lot of damage on this stock, but Cross is going to be one of those tankier legends with that higher defense. So depending on where Chair plays, depending on what moves he actually gets hit by, well, a recovery from the middle of the stage a little bit elevated. If you're talking about the left side of that right soft platform, that's going to lead to the KO there. Still definitely in the lead if we're looking at the red team. Fi does have to be careful. Lower defense legend about halfway through this final stock in the orange. Some good damage coming out. Splitting up the red team like that gave blue the 2v1 situation if just for a moment.
They needed it. They needed it. But Asmodee, once again, making a highlight reel play, throwing the weapon to stop that team combo because it could have been the end of Goddess's stock. And fighting, here we go. Oh, wasn't able to convert. I don't think that Chair was ready for that. Fi with a nice Sair on Asmodee. Asmodee is holding on to the second stock. The most damaged, but the most living character on the stage currently. And here we go, back with the white tee, as you said.
Oh, if they can find it, they do find the KO. This is a 2v1 situation. A fresh shirt coming on. Asmodee in the 1v1 against Chair. It took no time at all to find that KO. Critical option that Asmodee found. Chair now in the 1v1 situation, halfway through this stock, but a tankier legend.
Went in there, threw that spear, that lance away, and knew. Asmodee knew, I want this bow for the 1v. I'm going to control space. I'm going to control this neutral. I know what you're trying to do with these gauntlets, and I'm not going to let you do it. Okay, went for the down signature. It took a little bit too long to come out, and nice neutral light from Chair to get the punish. Chair, nice.
Oh, he's ended
Picking up damage. That was very, very good. Trying to get yourself back in here.
It's not going to take much more, and they are going to be dead even in this. Chair's Blasters gameplay really coming out here.
What's the answer? What's the answer? Doesn't want to get too extra.
Oh, what are you doing? Oh, Chair, what are you doing? What a bold gambit. That neutral light almost sending Chair into the blast zone. Recovering very low. The side air. Oh, no, that ended up dropping. Didn't get the full force stuff, but picks up the neutral light. Last stock red for both teams in the Game 5 situation. What a rally from the blue team to almost get the reverse 3.
You ever seen the RDC videos?
No.
No, I'm doing it again. The RDC videos, LeBron James in the locker room, Cash Money Mark.
No, I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
You deserve better.
It's all good. No, Sparky.
You deserve better.
Sparky, I actually think that that's the most entertaining thing is me trying to make references with you, and I can't get them off. But no, anyway, the point of what I'm saying is after the performance that we just saw from Asmodee, this is going to have to be go to the locker room before we go into the next major, before we go into the next big tournament. You got to have to go in there and be like, all right, Goddess, what was the problem? What do you need from me? What help do you need? Because we were talking about the backpack, the Jan Sport. That was the Jan Sport. We saw, what, 890 something damage in that last game? Sweet mother. I know that nobody wants to see themselves doing that much damage in a tournament setting, in a turnaround set like that, when the team's bringing it back on you.
Now, one thing we did have several times, not necessarily in that final game, is Goddess was taking a lot of damage. which means that Goddess was sort of the tank, oftentimes, that sort of let Asmodee go around and do crazy stuff. That was Goddess putting the target on her back and saying, like, ooh, come hit me, and then my teammate is going to run around in the background and really put in that work. That sort of gave Asmodee some of that room to run, which also is important. In terms of that final game, though, I mean, Asmodee took 591, Goddess took 597. There's only 6 points of damage difference there in terms of damage taken. So that doesn't necessarily happen in that final game. But I think you're exactly right. They are going to have to look at these games as a team and figure out how they can share responsibilities a little bit more evenly. If we're talking about a team that knows how to share their responsibilities, it's Vey and Hypka that we saw earlier. Because in like the first game that we saw from them, it was looking a little bit uneven. But then all of a sudden, game 2, the immediate turnaround, that sharing of the KOs, the damage taken, saving your team, following up off your team, so many things that Vey and Hypka were doing right. I'm not necessarily seeing all of those boxes checked off if I'm looking at the Asmodee and Goddess game. Even though they got the victory, I don't want to take that W away from them. Nobody can take that W away from them. They're going to be moving on, have the guaranteed top 3 finish. We'll see if they can move past Kyler, Alice, and Cheeseface and push into that guaranteed top 2.
That's right. I mean, and let's go into it, right? Obviously, Goddess is doing something right. You don't,
for sure.
Even in a 2v2 setting, even though I'm talking about these bad damage numbers and your teammate putting you in the jam sport, you can't get to this level if that's what it was the whole tournament. There was a lot of games we didn't see played, okay? So either way it goes, we still get more gameplay. Like you said, this team is still alive, and let's see what happens here. Kyler, Alice, and Cheeseface took that L versus Hypka and Vey in winners finals. I don't know, man. I'm looking at this and I'm going to see what can they bring to the table against two players that are already warmed up and ready to go.
Now, one thing that you mentioned previously about the Goddess Sidra choice is we weren't seeing that much canon play coming out, and yet now we're seeing a Goddess character swap, but it's not off of a canon legend. It's onto another canon legend. So I think you bring up a really good point, and I'm maybe a little bit unsure of why Goddess is going towards this canon legend, even though the canon really wasn't the star of the show. It was sort of underperforming if we're talking about weapons on the side of Goddess. So definitely an interesting choice. We'll see how it plays out. Maybe this character is more comfortable. Maybe she just loves the axe.
I'm thinking that she just likes the axe and then the big time damage. That's what I'm thinking is the reason for this. Because, I mean, bow! Oh, that didn't KO. Are you kidding?
I thought it would have.
That one did.
If that was old Zol, that would have KO'd for sure.
Yep. Zol is a banger. You know, I also didn't look at where the pips went whenever they were stacking the
stance?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The stances at the beginning of the game.
Kyler.
Man, I'm talking about stances, and man, they are dancing on the side of the stage. We saw a couple players fall, and Kyler Alice makes it back up to deal with Goddess on stage. Kyler with the sword doing a great job. Boom, pow, not enough. Goddess doesn't have much defense, but still alive and has the damage.
Oh, he runs right into it. Those blasts coming from the ground. Goddess doing a good job of surviving. If we look at the damage between Goddess and Kyler, they're about even, but Goddess, well, at least at the time when I started the sentence, was a full stock up. Now coming in fresh on that final stock. The red team's in a good spot. Goddess is standing still. Not sure what is happening here. Just blowing a kiss. Not sure exactly what that meant. Out comes the side air, gets the KO, and out comes the taunt, knowing that Asmodee can take this one all the way home.
I'm loving it. Goddess putting some sauce out there, like, over there dancing, pulling out the flag, blowing kisses. And I like how, like, we were like, I don't know what's going on there. And then Goddess goes, all right, blow the kiss, grab the cannon and pow.
Yep.
He got the stock out of there. That was so good.
That's some dishonest play there. That's some dishonest play. That's me at the beginning of a ranked game and my opponent taunts and you're supposed to do the taunt back. Absolutely not.
No.
I'm grabbing that first weapon. I'm grabbing that free first weapon every time. There is no honor when there is ELO on the line. There is no honor when there is PR, when there is placement, when there is seed, and especially, brother, when there is money on the line, there is no such thing as honor. I don't even know how to spell honor. You know how I spell honor? M-O-N-E-Y. C-A-S-H. C-R-E-A-M. Cream. Because cash rules everything around me.
Cash rules everything around me. Cream, get the money. Dollar bill, dog.
I made a reference and you got it.
Yes!
We did it.
We're here.
We did it.
We're here.
We did it. Everybody at home, we all did it. We all did it.
All right. Going into the next game. The blue team. Chiefs face Kyler Alice. We've got this is their old setup that they were running, right? So they went back to their other characters. How you feeling? How you feeling about this?
Man, game one is always an interesting one because they're coming into this one like they've been kind of chilling for a minute. Not chilling quite as long as Vey and Hypka will be by the time the grand final set happens, but they've been chilling for a minute waiting for some of these other sets to go. That was the first set of the day that we saw was Kyler Alice and Cheeseface. So they've been sitting kind of cold. They weren't in that hot ready formation ready to go. They've just been waiting. So maybe they need that first game to warm up a little bit. I don't know, man. I don't know.
You said hot and ready formation. Hot and ready's. That's not good pizza.
Oh,
so
yo, you speak for yourself.
So I don't know if they want to be there.
You speak for yourself.
I don't know.
I love a hot and ready. I love a hot and ready.
Look, now they're hot and ready. And you see what happened? That's not cooked properly.
Hey, man. You can't beat that value. That's great value.
That's
I'm
great
a value
value.
guy.
That's great value.
Oh, Goddess almost got the KO there.
And that one's going out of there. Oh, you signatured the wrong way. What a pickup from Cheeseface. Gets the stock out of there. You know what? Pizza, Cheeseface, I love it. We're doing it right now.
No, we're just making me hungrier. I wasn't lying when I said I smelled grilled meat earlier. I'm hungry. I'm ready.
Oh, my gosh. I know that both these teams are ready for the dub. They're ready to move forward, and they're hungry. Oh, my gosh. Kyler, I cannot believe he made it back after getting the recovery snatch from the dare from Asmodee. What are we going to get? Oh, yeah, that weapon throw was exactly what was needed from Cheeseface to make sure Kyler didn't get taken out of there. But Asmodee with the side signature going to get Cheeseface off the left side of the stage. Slight disadvantage for the blue team, and the gap is widening. It is not Grand Canyon size yet, but it's tough. Oh my gosh, Goddess.
What a beautiful down air. Didn't immediately lead to a KO, but still put out a lot of damage. That was going to be very tough to find a KO in that moment. Good damage. Going to be taken off the top, but still, Goddess was doing a great job surviving. Asmodee just also doing an incredible job surviving in this one, staying alive. 3 stocks to 2. Cheeseface taking a lot of damage here, looking red. Even though he's Cheeseface, looking like a little pepperoni here, and he's cooked. He's done. He's been eaten, taken out of this game. Kyler Alice in the 1v2 situation, hoping he can find some KOs with this axe on this Ragnar pick.
This is a really tough 2v1 because you're dealing with that's 3 stocks to deal with all the way through. Here we go. Can you get that one? No. Nice dodge downwards, but your teammate's gonna get you out of there. This has gotten that much easier for Kyler Alice, but you're dealing with Asmodee. Asmodee, the one that's been dropping 700, 800, 900,
Ooh.
Weapon throw, game, red team.
Now, we just saw an interesting option coming out from Asmodee. We saw the side light hit, and then you don't have a true combo follow-up option that's going to lead to a KO.
Yep.
You're not going to necessarily have that side light side air. You're not going to have that side light recovery. Those are sort of your KO options. A side light nair, at that point in the game, there's virtually no reason to go for that because you're looking for the KO option. Adding up a little bit more damage here doesn't really do anything for you. So that's why we saw Asmodee go for the side light, hope that Kyler goes down, pick up another side light, then you will have that side air as the true combo option because there's no dodge on Kyler's side. You have the side light recovery as that option because there's no dodge on Kyler's side.
Something about these guys that tags in with a Y. You guys are good analysts. Do you feel what I'm saying? Remy, Sparky, you know? I'm Zip. I can't break it down like you guys.
What are you talking about? You broke it down earlier. I said, who needs Remy?
See, that's my other form, though. That's Zippy.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm Zip right now.
Okay.
That guy, he's only here for a little bit when we start these broadcasts. After a while, he exits stage left. You feel what I'm saying?
The brightest stars burn out the fastest. We can't just be in here with a spotlight pointed at the screen the whole time. That's going to give everybody headaches. It's going to mess up the white balance. It's going to mess up the lighting in here. You're controlling this incredible power within you. You got the dog in you. I've been saying that for years.
I wish I had the dog in me to be in the position that these teams are in, going in, trying to see who's going to make it to this grand finals. It is looking heavily in the red team's favor. Kyler, are you gone? Oh, my God. I couldn't tell if the recovery was gone yet because I was watching right side of the stage. I mean, luckily, made it back. But look at the Nash pick.
Yep.
If this isn't the most unexpected pick for Kyler, for me personally, I did not see this happen.
Yeah, definitely a rare pick for almost anybody in the game. Even for players that we know have a Nash in their pool, like I'm talking Fiend, we don't even really see the Nash pick anymore. So this is definitely, he's going to be looking for those side signatures with that high strength. He's going to be looking for that high movement speed as well, so he can rotate in, rotate out. It's like you have a Hattori, but you have major KO power.
Definitely, with a pretty nice sig pack, right? Like, not the most amazing sig pack, but that is a straightforward, get the job done, great sig pack. Now, I'll tell you one thing that's in that bag. I don't even know if top players get hit by this, but that hammer dunk, that down sig, gravity canceled? That's a beautiful move. Hopefully we get to see some of that. Right now we have a very, very close game. Nice little combination from Kyler. Put some damage on Goddess. Goddess trying to put that damage right back out onto Kyler.
Blue team definitely in the lead on this one, putting out a lot of damage. Almost has Asmodee in the red. Blue team doing a fantastic job. Man, Kyler is throwing out these signatures. You talked about the sig pack. I don't think the red team's going to be smoking on that sig pack. It's going to be tough for them to get through this. Kyler is using it in neutral. He's using it to finish out stocks. He got the dodge there, almost got the KO with it.
Yeah, he's definitely been doing a great job. What movement from Cheeseface to be able to dodge all that and get back on stage. Almost was able to survive until Kyler got back out there, but a beautiful neutral signature from Asmodee. But Asmodee's going to lose that stock at the hands of Goddess.
We'll see if Goddess is going to fall here. Cheeseface figuring out what he actually wants to do. Was it the weapon disadvantage? There wasn't really a weapon on the field that he could easily grab. Does move over onto the left side. Not sure what's going on with Cheeseface right now. Some interesting movement coming out. Really dipping low on that right side.
Yeah, definitely got really low on that side of the stage, but made it back. And now, oh, what a dodge from Goddess. Able to get out of the way.
Oh, that's tough.
Oh, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. But you are back with the white tee on. Your team is still in the lead if you go by damage counts. Goddess just needs to land one good hit on Kyler, and that'll be the stock. What's going to be the option? Oh, my gosh. Cheeseface pushing Kyler away from Goddess, but Asmodee able to pick that one up. Now you have a 2v1. Cheeseface, can you do this? You got the bow, and you're already getting popped with even more damage from the spear of Asmodee.
Cheeseface wanted to stay in the air, and if you're a Lance player, like you're gonna let him float around up there. You're gonna let him burn those options, and you're just gonna pluck them out.
Yeah.
If they're not too far through their stock in terms of the damage that they've taken, you're just gonna juggle them with nairs. But in this case, a lot of damage was put out. Just had to find that recovery. A beautiful option coming out from Asmodee, able to kind of bring it back after that team KO.
That was some good stuff, man. Very good stuff. We got red team able to fight through this lower half of the bracket and make it into this grand finals. Let's look at these damage numbers. As a team, we have 1,121 damage coming out there. Asmodee, is that an 800 piece?
That is a nice 800.
I've been doing this for a while now, and I don't think I've seen somebody consistently go over 700 like this in a long time.
Like, we looked at Cody Travis knowing that he has the potential to do that. If you see a Cody Travis 900 damage game, like, you're going to go, wow, that's crazy. But also, if you're going to pick, like, one person to do that, you're going to point the finger at Cody Travis.
Yeah.
But the fact that Asmodee is able to do that virtually every single game. I said that you can't rely on your teammate to do that. Once again, I know this is going to shock not only myself, not only Zip, production, everybody at home. I was incorrect. I know, it's crazy. Everybody in chat is like, what? Did he plan this?
This just in.
We have breaking news. I was incorrect. Apparently, Asmodee can just do 800 damage every single game.
Yeah, I think we just got break. That was breaking news. That was amazing. We heard it here first. If you want to see the replay, it will be on CNN tomorrow. Sparky was incorrect, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm sorry. I have shirked some of my fiduciary responsibilities to be correct on the desk. I hope that I can earn your trust back and gain your confidence in my ability to understand things correctly.
I'm going to tell you right now, I didn't understand you correctly. You just spoke above my education level, sir. What did you just say? You said what?
My fiduciary responsibilities.
You said something before that, too.
I don't remember. I was speaking above my education level.
Oh, my gosh. Doesn't he look like a college course professor, like right before Christmas, the ugly sweater competition, right?
You said a lot of things in there that do not reflect very highly upon me.
No, that's great.
Well, you call my sweater ugly.
Ugly sweaters are actually fire because of the fact that they're ugly.
Yeah, but see, I actually like this sweater. I think it's very cute.
I love it.
And there might be a rift forming on the desk as we are speaking right now. This is a tough moment for everybody involved, and I'm just hoping this next game is going to go, because we actually do have a very wonderful set coming up. We have Vey and Hypka versus Asmodee and Goddess. Two teams that I definitely would not have picked to be in this position.
I mean, I'm going to say I was looking at Goddess. I know I've been talking a little bit down on the play of Goddess throughout this, right? But before we started and when we were looking at the bracket, I was already looking at Goddess to do well, right? Goddess's team in general to do well. Now, Vey and Hypka, I still... You know when Patrick looks under the rock and he sees all the eyes of everybody in town at his crib and he goes, "Who are you people?" That I don't know who these players are, and that's of my own doing because I don't watch enough of the community events. But you come here on this big stage and you show me who you are, I'll tell you I'll remember you next time. And they showed me already once. Let's see if they can show it again in this grand finals and take this bad boy home.
Now, I know Asmodee and Goddess definitely know who Vey and Hypka are, but even the past history you don't have to worry about, because you have recent history to draw on for this to be worried about, because it was in the winner's side top 8 qualifier match, the winner's quarterfinals, that Vey and Hypka sent Asmodee and Goddess down to the loser side of the bracket. It was a 3-0 confident play from apparently the best team that we've seen today.
Definitely the best team we've seen today. The performance they put on against Kyler Alice and Cheeseface was amazing. They're doing a great job right here, but this is super even. Tried the side signature, didn't leak a little bit lower on the side of the stage. Would have got the KO on Vey. Not able to get it. Recovery coming out from Vey. And blue team's trying to get rid of both these stocks and solidify a lead and start racking up those second stocks with some damage. Goddess has already eaten some of that. Boom! Nice pickup from Asmodee. Boom! Nice pickup from Asmodee.
Grabbed two of them with that recovery. That was a beautiful startup punish at the beginning of that with the D-Light into the recovery, going to be the true KO combo option. Then grabbing the second KO out of the air. Same move, same result. And the blue team is finding themselves behind in this. Oh, Asmodee? Imagine this happens? Wow. The unarmed down air in the right hands can be such a devastating tool. We just saw that.
You are not no, Goddess is gonna fall to the ground pound from Hypka. Is this team combination gonna be enough? No, not even close. Asmodee living. Ooh, but back off the stage with the sweat beads. Able to touch finally. Gonna get put to about orange on that second stock, and the game is still sitting pretty even. There's been a lot happening, but not enough for either team to really stretch open this lead.
So the fact that Goddess ended up catching that fall there, like that was really rough for this team. It's sort of even the stocks up definitely overall, but one of the things that Goddess was doing really well after the swap over to the Zol is the survivability. The fact that she lost that stock halfway through, she was just in orange and ended up falling. That's a very tough thing for Goddess to actually take and sort of heap on to the issues that we saw earlier of Vey and Hypka versus Goddess and Asmodee. Ooh, this is going to be rough. Ooh, dropping that one.
It would not have been enough. I'm going to call it. I don't think that was enough.
I would. The thought that you started with was absolutely correct. It would not have been enough to get the KO. We're hearing a lot of Lance sounds coming out from these Lance players, from Vey, from Asmodee.
There was so much Lance going on, it sounded like a 2002 racing game for PlayStation 1. You know what I mean? All right, Asmodee really trying to bring this back for the team, right? I mean, you obviously can tell if you look up there in the top right corner, Hypka is the one that has got to go, but Hypka is playing it smart by hovering on that right side of the stage. Anytime that, oh my gosh, dodging the down signature. But I was going to say, anytime Asmodee got close, Hypka was jumping off the side and getting away. Okay, almost got the stock with the neutral light. Recovery not going to touch. This is tough, man. I'm scared. I'm scared for Asmodee.
I think Asmodee is better fighting against 2 opponents than she is fighting against like 1 opponent, which is crazy. if you look at her like 1v1 placements and the way she plays 1v1, she's just better when there's 2 people to fight against. Look at the way she is bringing this one back. It's going to be rough to see her likely end up falling here. She's at the weapon disadvantage. Recovery comes off the top. That would have been incredible to see the victory. 724 damage. Yet another massive amount of damage done by Asmodee.
Asmodee playing so well. And when we're seeing consistently. So we're going to throw the thought out the window that Goddess needs to do more damage. This is just what they're doing tonight. Asmodee's going to drop huge, insane damage. We're going to have Goddess getting some pickups here and there to get some of these stocks out of there after Asmodee's racked up the damage. That's just the game they're playing. That's fine. So we've seen the consistent game that just got 2 teams out of there. And Hypka and Vey were still able to close that game out.
Now, one thing that really, I think, led to that ultimate result was Goddess losing that second stock so early. If that didn't happen, if Goddess lost that stock at like a normal thing, it didn't even have to extend it to taking 200, 220, 240 damage on that second stock. Like, just lose it at a normal time, I think we might have had a different result if Goddess was alive. Just a little bit longer to do a little bit more damage to give Asmodee a better starting position for that 1v2 at the end.
Yeah, and there's even that. There's that one, right? The second stock, and then I forgot on that last one. We were thinking over the top it wasn't enough, but loss of resources on jumps ended up, that stock was still gone anyway. So both of those survived. We got a whole different game. Nice. Got Vey out on the side, but a nice challenge with the neutral, with the Nair, and able to get back on stage. Now you have to deal with Asmodee over there.
She's trying to chase after both members of the blue team. Oh, tried to go for the read as the option. I don't know if that was sort of them not being on the same page and Goddess following up when Asmodee wanted to just finish it off herself, or whether that was just like, we're going to cover as many options as we possibly can. I'm going to throw out a signature because it would be huge if it makes a connection.
Goddess lands a nice Sair, but it wasn't able to get the KO, but Hypka able to get the KO. Boom! Ooh, Hypka slid off the side and just let that go. Pinpoint timing. That was a nice pickup quickly for both of those blue teams, both of those red team stocks. Finally gets that one, and here we go, staying even. This is just like last game, staying neck and neck the whole way through. I'm excited to see who takes this one.
Now, even though this game is even at this point, Vey and Hypka are up 1-0, and shrewd people at home might have noticed there is a W next to Vey and Hypka's name. There is an L next to Asmodee and Goddess's name. That's because Asmodee and Goddess came into this grand finals from the loser's side of the bracket. Goddess going to be taken down there. That means Asmodee and Goddess have to win this best of 5. That will then reset the bracket, and they have to win another best of 5, whereas Vey and Hypka only have to win one best of 5, a single best of 5. They're already up 1-0. They're in the lead so far in this game as well.
It's going to be a tough order to come back and take these 2 out. But Asmodee and Goddess definitely been on a streak, doing a good job. Down in this game, down in this set altogether. There we go. And now we have 1-1 on the stock count for each team. This is going to be a tough one. I'm looking at Asmodee, right? I want to see if the KO.
That was another orange KO that Goddess lost her stock in.
Twice in the same. Whoa!
Imagine.
Oh my gosh, Asmodee almost had the stock. Almost got that out of there, but what do you do, especially when you're holding the lance in your hands, already hard enough to recover with, and the teammate comes to help? You kind of just got to let the recovery happen. Oh my gosh, went for the gusto, and I ain't mad at it. Sneaks right past Hypka, still looking at Vey. Doesn't get a touch. Oh.
Even that follow-up with the ground pound that Asmodee ended up getting through, I think Asmodee is showing maybe, I don't know if it's lack of experience. I don't know if Vey and Hypka just don't really find themselves in that many 2v1 situations to have the experience under their belt to really know how to extend the power that they have in this power position. They do, of course, end up getting the W again. I think it's sort of both sides of, like, Asmodee is just kind of goated in Australia, at 2v2, at 1v2 as well. And I think it's a little bit of Vey and Hypka not necessarily knowing how to exploit the advantage that they have in that 2v1 situation, but that will come with time.
Yeah, it'll definitely come with time. I mean, well, here's the thing. I think most players do get cleaned up by them in a 2v1, right? But I just think Asmodee is moving and grooving. You can't catch Asmodee. I don't know if any other team cleanly just stops what Asmodee's doing at this moment in these 2v1 situations. You know, I mean, I'm hard-pressed to just think that it's the fault of Vey and Hypka.
I think it's definitely both sides.
I'll give you that.
Asmodee's just, like, she's truly on fire right now. She is the girl on fire until Hypka has the blue shirt on, has the water hose to just completely put out that fire. Take Asmodee off the top. Are we going to see this blue team saying, hey, we're going to bully Asmodee out of the game? You brought that up as a possible win condition earlier, but here comes Goddess. That's the level up from Goddess that you said, if they bully Asmodee, we need Goddess to step up. Zip, you read the script, you called it, you pre-watched the tournament.
Did you see what just happened? Vey is taking out Goddess, picking up 2 big-time stocks for the red team. Now, with that first stock being taken out, man, it was looking scary. It was looking like we had our summer champions right here. But, man, Goddess said, I got the answer to this. You're right. It's looking like what I was saying. The third stock, if you target Asmodee, Goddess has the answers. But this test, it ain't over.
Now we're seeing, I think, a confirmation of what we were thinking about earlier with the Zol pick. We are seeing a swap from Goddess onto the Olgrim. What's the carryover between the two? It's not a cannon. It's going to be the Axe pick up. We now have 4 Lances in this game as well. 2 Orions, a Vector, and this Olgrim swap. Coming out from Goddess, the weapon toss left, the down air to the right, the follow-up by Asmodee. This team has just all of a sudden leveled up like crazy, and this is after Asmodee was taken off the top in the first, like, 20 seconds of the game. They said, I'm a goldfish. I already forgot. I'm Sparky878. I already forgot.
Oh, my gosh. You know what? Nah, they didn't forget. They're elephants. They didn't forget, and they're remembering why they need to clutch up and get this set back in motion. I'm loving the gameplay here. Asmodee doing a great job staying alive. I love what Goddess has done in this game for this team because they really need it. This is dire straits. This is the end of the road if they can't get this one. And it looks like they can. I mean, Asmodee is on red, the most damaged person on the board. Sayer almost was enough. Wasn't enough weapon toss coming out from Hypka. Hypka putting himself in danger coming outside out there. Could have been tough if Asmodee decided to chase. I'm looking for it. I'm looking for the KO of Asmodee, and then I want to see what happens after that. But no, Goddess with the Sayer giving themselves, giving the blue team, the red team, a lead that I think seals the deal and makes this 2-1. But we'll see what happens.
That's the down air. Let's see. Vey still had enough. Dodge came back off a cooldown, gave a little bit more movement in the air. Neutral light comes out. No immediate follow from Asmodee. Didn't need it. 3 stocks on the board, and all of a sudden we see Goddess. 455 damage. Definitely a healthy number. Not bad whatsoever. 4 KOs. Only took 315.
Oh, yeah. If you are who you say you are, a superstar, then have no fear. Goddess is here. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I get that one. I get that one.
We got another one.
We're back. We
got another one.
We're back.
All right, so now we're looking over here. We're going to see what stage they're going to go to. What do you think, man? What are you thinking going into this next one? We saw if you try to focus on Asmodee, Goddess got the answers. Do you go back to the way you were playing it before? You let Asmodee drop 800 damage on your head and you still try to close it out? Do you go back to that?
Well, we're going to be heading into a different stage. You can hear by the music in the background, we are on Apocalypse. We're still seeing the same character picks coming out from everybody on the board. Of course, Goddess with the very smart idea to change gears here towards the end of the tournament to go in with this Olgrim pick, the Axe doing work, the Lance doing work. We have a dead even game so far. We're only about 30 seconds into this one, but we don't see the huge early gimp off the top. onto the red team from the blue team like we saw before. They got that and then lost the game. The fact that they don't have that here, I wonder if that's telling for our end result.
You know, I like how you called that. Like, your analytics are amazing. Wow, Hypka forced to use that dodge early because as Modi came out there and put the fear in the heart, gets the stock out, boom, another cleanup. And as Modi, business as usual, dropping good damage, getting some KOs. Goddess saving as Modi, yes. Back onto the stage.
Oh, Goddess.
Terrorizing on this left side of the
Goddess.
stage. Get out of my grass. Get out of my neighborhood. You cannot be here. And Vey finally understands and goes to the right side of the stage.
At the weapon disadvantage, at the health disadvantage, at so many different disadvantages, and Goddess still bullied Vey over from the left side, had to go under the stage onto the right side. That was incredible pressure coming out from Goddess. This is a completely different team.
Wow.
Almost got the KO. What a beautiful combo that they came up with all the way in the air on the left side. They're just choice of moves, very interesting there. Definitely not something I've really ever seen choreographed and rehearsed before. I mean, we don't see a lot of double Orions.
Right,
So
right.
you have to be more creative with the moves that you're using so you don't have DI.
That was such a cool combo. I want to see another one like that. In literally the first set that we saw them playing, I didn't know what kind of stuff they were going to be able to put together. We were talking about what kind of player they're going to have. And we didn't
They
really
just
see
did it
any team
again.
combos from them until now. And to see that that's what's in the bag, dangerous stuff for everybody going on with the rest of the season. But right now, dangerous
Hypka.
stuff for the red team. Hypka putting this into a 2v1 situation. 2 stocks on the side of Goddess. Can we see what can be done to hold it down for the red team? Pow, you're down to 1. Blue.
Berserk? Are you serious? I haven't heard that in a tournament. Probably since like
Ever?
2016. There's got to be at least one time.
Let's go back there.
But oh my goodness. Okay, do it to him. Do it to him. Okay. Okay. Come on, man. I mean, they're Orion players. Like, what else are you going to do?
Yeah.
They're Orion players.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like, there's a part of your brain that has the instinct to just kick in. You'd be like, oh, yeah, I remember who I am. I'm Orion. It doesn't matter how deep in the tournament you are. It doesn't matter how good you are. You got to remember your roots, and it's Orion, which means Spear Neutral Sig.
They were so in sync with that combo that they said, we are Venom. That was that was the one. I like it. Okay, wait. Let's get here and see what happens.
Oh, man. Hype
right.
is so nasty.
Wait, are we getting the combo? Boom.
There's
over
the
top.
recovery off of the top. D-Light, ended up dropping the side air. But this team is absolutely incredible. They just completely changed things from the previous game. It was looking like maybe it was not in their control. Like, after what Goddess was doing on the left side to completely bully Vey, despite being at the weapon disadvantage, under the stage, over to the right, to that ending was incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible, complete shift for the blue team, showing that that's the reason why they're the ones with the W's next to their name right now.
I'm going to be honest. I think Hypka and Vey, first off, let's just lay it out there.
Lay it out.
Hypka and Vey
Lay it out.
are your grand finals, dub-winning, summer championship champions. I love it. But we got to go back. Like, rewind. I did not see any game where I was like, man, they are dominating. It was so weird to me looking at those matches and in my head thinking, okay, I think they lose this one. It looks like they're falling apart. And they won cleanly almost every single time. Just like what you just said, in that situation where Goddess took Vey off the side, I thought it was over with. And I don't know, man. That was great gameplay. I'm looking to see them more in the future, but we got to learn Vey and Hypka's names today.
It was definitely like this weird tug of war between the two, but not even like the tug of war that you're probably thinking, where it's like both teams, it goes a little bit in their favor, a little bit in their favor, a little bit in their favor, a little bit in their favor. It was like massive swings, but overall the control was still on the side of Vey and Hypka, but you have these pops, these dominating moments that the red team has, like Asmodee, the way she is able to play those 1v2 situations where somehow, despite everything, she's the one in control, being able to do 700, 800 damage every single game. But then also on the extremes for Goddess, you have those amazing moments once she switched to the Olgrim, even on the Zol sometimes when she had the axe in her hand. Those amazing inspirational moments from Goddess. But on the other side, you had that amazing Gimp off the top that I can't remember which one it was, whether Vey or Hypka got it.
Yeah,
that was huge. Did that on Asmodee. And then you have a beautiful ending like we just saw from Vey and Hypka, where it's like an even game. All of a sudden, no siree, clean ending, incredible play. Vey and Hypka, this has got to be their first victory ever. Like, this has to be their first victory in an official, even in a community tournament. So this team, at least definitely for me, came out of absolute nowhere, came into this one seed 6. So even the seeding, which we were like, oh, okay, the seeding kind of makes sense.
Right.
Seed 6 coming into this one, that's huge. Winning out
yeah.
in such dominant fashion, going 3-0 over Kyler Alice and Cheeseface, 3-1 over Ket and Raigundas just before that, 3-1 over Amaze and Goddess. Just utter destruction and domination coming out from Vey and Hypka.
I loved it. I loved every second of it. But I'm looking forward to seeing all these players next time in the 1v1s. I want to see what they can do there. But, man, Vey and Hypka, shout-outs to you guys. Goddess and Asmodeus. Asmodee?
Asmodee.
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 And Asmodee, much love. Both played amazing. Like I said, I want to see you guys in the next one. I want to see you in the 1v1s. That's going to be big time. But this has been the Australian 2v2 Summer Championship, right?
But the night is still young.
Yeah.
There is still Southeast Asia coming up right after this, so don't go anywhere. We're going to take a short break. Thank you so much for tuning in for the Australian portion. It was a blast getting to do this with you, Zip Master Flex. Where can we find you? I want more Zip Master Flex. Tell me where I can find you.
Right here tomorrow.
Okay,
but but Twitter.
Okay, there we go. That's what I was looking for.
I'm always on Twitter, and then my Twitter and my Twitch are the same name. Zip Master Flex.
Wow, that's really easy to remember.
You don't even have to think, man, is there any numbers on that? No, it's not. It's the same thing on all of it. Even if you want to go to my Instagram, even though I don't use it, it's all Zip Master Flex.
Wow.
You got to keep it simple.
Incredible work for that coming out from Zip Master Flex. Incredible work from all the players so far today, and incredible work to come from Southeast Asia. We'll see you in just a few moments with the rest of the evening.
What up, and welcome back, guys, to the Summer Championships. We are about to get through into some Southeast Asia action. I'm TK here with,
Remy.
the champion himself, Remy. I'm
It's
going to call him
good.
the champion still. I don't care how long it's been, bro. He's still the champion to me, so.
It's good to be back in the studio. Last time we saw each other was MSI, so we weren't actually in here, but we are here now, and I'm really excited to see what Southeast Asia has to offer in terms of 2v2. I know we have Sire in here, and that guy, he's the reigning once champion, came off of this Springs win. And he's also a 2v2 champion, 21. So
Okay.
he's going to be riding both of those coming into this one, and he's trying to get that double up, make it 21 to 22, get both of them. And he's here with Himway versus Eero and Tax Evasion. So it's going to be some really good games to open the night off with, and I think this is winners finals already. So
Yeah,
we're
should be
going,
getting
we're going
into
right
it.
into the top 4 of it. So it's going to start off with the winners finals, and yeah, I'm excited.
Should be getting right into it, but the thing is, like, I mean, for me specifically, this is a region I don't get to watch too often, mostly because, I mean, it's 11 o'clock right now, so, you know what I mean?
Yeah, get the shut eye in.
It's a little late right now, but, you know, now that I am here and actually working the event and getting a chance to talk about it, we're going to see some of this hot action. I see on the screen right now we have Poe and Macho Man on one side, but we are waiting for Tax Evasion and Eero to pick their 2 characters, but, yeah, man. Oh, actually, well, looks like we're going to be getting into it relatively soon. But I'm, as I said, I'm super excited to see more of a region that I don't get to watch too much of. I think you have a little more experience on this side. So what do you know about this this region, if you know anything?
I know Sire. I know
Okay.
he came in for MSI. Kyler did not. Kyler is another well-known player. I'm pretty sure you should know about Kyler,
Yeah, of course.
considering that Sire's somewhat new. He's somewhat winning now, but Kyler was always the guy winning before. Sire's pretty good. I got to cast him versus Java, and it was looking pretty solid. Himway, I know a little less about, but seeing as he's coming off the Spring Championship win from last tournament, I'm expecting that he's going to be pretty good too. The other 2 names here, don't know too much about, but if they made it to this far, they're in the top side winners finals now. It's going to be some good games. I'm excited to see what happens.
Definitely got to give them the respect right there for making it this far. You know, and that's the thing about being in brackets like this, man. We may not know you before, but you're making an impression right now. And so see if that impression will get you all the way to the end of this tournament as we start off on Apocalypse. Let's go ahead and get into it. All right, little jockeying right here from position at the beginning. 2 items picked up, both on each side, so obviously a little even scramble right there right at the beginning of this game. It does look as though, well, Eero's actually doing pretty good at being very avoidant right here at the very beginning of the game. They're starting to take a little damage here, but Jesus, his teammate almost getting taken off the top immediately, just like that. Sitting already in orange. This is looking a little rough for this Bryn Tax Evasion. Not evading enough of these hits, I'll tell you that. Oh, God. They are not messing around right here. The red team on top of it. You said this team was going to be the, these guys are pretty good, and they're showing you exactly why.
Yep, all those gold tiles are not for no reason. I've been keeping all my eyes on Sire, all 2 of them, and he's just been going crazy. He's been carrying people around the map with that spear. I'm talking juggles on juggles. He's hitting 3 or 4 hits every single time I see him since I went into the air. The spear neutral air, the recovery, all of these moves designed to take you up, and you can see he's going for it again. On the left side, we got the edge guard going on Eero.
Okay, still managed to make it touch just barely, though. But, I mean, luckily, having the lance in hand is going to allow him to get some of that form momentum to get back to the stage. He is still living on this stock, but not for long. I mean, either way, though, it doesn't really seem to matter because the red team right now just way ahead. Another knockout right there. That's going to be done. So 3 stocks to 5. And this Macho Man's living for a little bit. Okay.
Yep, big stock extension coming in here for this Macho Man. You can already see that that's not even the same tone of red as the Bryn is rocking right now.
Yeah.
Finally going to lose that first stock as Cyrus Singh comfy on the second. This is a big lead for them. If they can take off Tax Evasion here, and Eero getting completely destroyed by that combo there, goes for the edge guard, gets the ground pound, and that's a 0 stock. That's nothing left for him.
Yeah, that was okay. This is definitely just a rough start for the blue team altogether. Okay, all right, didn't get a crazy ender right there, but still finds. I mean, didn't even really need to get that second hit or the hit of the spear because I mean it was a deep red, but just a little disrespect right there, I guess.
I mean, they're focused on sharing that pizza right now.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Just got to get the twin taunts in the building. But, yeah, I mean, with the game starting off this hard, Tax Evasion, he was the first person to actually drop a stock here, so he is living a little longer, and he's trying to do something. But this is 4 stocks against a team that is kind of dominating right out the gate. So
we got
a pretty
another combo
hard
setup
sell
here. Gets dropped towards the tail end, but they pick up another one, going for this edge guard now with the weapon throws. Double down 6, and it closes the game off. And that's game 1, going the way of Sire. and Himway. So
Yeah, that was okay.
you can already see by the damage numbers an even spread here. Even though Sire gets 4 kills, they're both doing around nearly 600. That's what you want in a game like this. You don't want to be leaning too much to one side because that leaves room for your teammates to, for the opponents to abuse something, right?
Man.
So if you're giving that even damage spread, even though one person's getting all the KOs, they're not going to know who to target. It's going to be a close one at all times, and they're making sure it stays that way. As we go into the map bans here, we got Apocalypse, Miami Dome, and Small Enigma left open, and it's going to be Enigma.
All right, man. So you saw in the stats, I mean, we at least got a 100% rate on the SIGs right here from Tax Evasion, but that's really all you can really say about them on the side of the red team. Just straight domination coming out, or on the red side, but the side of the blue team. Straight domination coming out here from the red team, but let's see what happens here in the second game if Tax Evasion Era can turn this thing around, because, yeah, going the way of the red team was definitely an understatement of how hard they won that first game.
Yeah, that was a very convincing win. 4 stocks to 0, but we have this Orion switch up here, so let's see if that can make a big difference. So far, the game's staying pretty much even, which is more than we could say so for the first one. And as I say that, we get the zero death combo off the right side, just completely destroying them. Another one set up here.
Oh, he just didn't pull the trigger, though. But I don't know if that would have... I feel like that should have KO'd, though. But, yeah, just definitely didn't pull the trigger. Maybe thought he was going to go a little further than that. But either way, I mean, like, you can just tell that the red team is literally always looking at their teammate, sends him out of there right there with this nice little gravity cancel or slide stick right there, and it gets him out of there super quick.
They are in the red, though, so they might end up falling soon. They're trying to get as much extra damage as they can. Nice little GC Silite. Doesn't get the nair, so no follow-up there, but Sire already on the left side. Completely forgot about that situation, making new ends for himself here as he gets the side air. Okay. Down sig retaliation is going to even up the stocks, but the damage has gone a little too far as the Bryn enters the red.
Yeah, the Bryn is definitely looking a little hurt here. Might have to play this one a little closer to the chest, but I think that's the thing about the red team in comparison to the blue team. If you're always looking where the red team's position is, they are literally always sandwiching someone. And I think the blue team, a lot of the times, they might get hit too far out to be able to stop that. Where, you know, if you do have a sandwich, most likely there's probably 2 sandwiches happen on both sides, but every now and then, Arrow just seems to be very far away, or Tax seems to be very far away from his teammate, so it doesn't really seem to matter. Another stock going to be dropped right there from that side air. Oh, okay,
Weapon
just
throw.
great weapon toss. Get out of here.
The nerfs came through, but if you're still recovering like that, it's going to take you out. And now we have 4 stocks of the 2 remaining. Blue team, they need to do something quick and turn this around, because if they have these stocks last, ooh, nice end-stick doesn't connect. It's going to be a really dangerous position here.
Yeah, this is. I mean, I wasn't expecting us to go out the gate like that or come out in winners finals at that, swinging like this. They almost got this looking like a pools match the way the red team is playing, but you know. It kind of happens sometimes. Sometimes you're just getting outclassed in this set, but it could be a little different if y'all end up making it back. If you don't actually make it back right now, but okay, they actually cleaned it up. What a way to turn that back around. Looking good. Throws a little taunt right there, but everybody knows taunt to get bodied is real, okay? I don't know why you would do that right now. You saw what happened in that first game. Oh, man.
They're already in the deep red here. It looks like the Orion gets sent to the right side. Eero, he makes it back, but at what cost? His teammates now getting hit on his own ends. Down sig's going to connect to the wrong person. GC side sig's going to catch him on the right side, and now it's 1 stock to the 2. Down sig going to send him straight down. Another taunt. You were right about it. Taunt to get body. You don't taunt if you're behind.
Yeah, you can't do that.
That's disrespectful. That's disrespectful to yourself. Like, don't do that. That's embarrassing.
Because like, whenever you taunt from behind, it's almost always like the person, like, especially if you're like in the deep red too, like that person's coming down with immediate side air, you're dead. And then it's like, all right, I shouldn't have done that. But you know,
for what it's worth, they came back and sent the enemy team into what you can see on the replay there, a sort of orange hue, right? So they did put some work in there. Maybe another combo or one more thing goes right, and they do get those stocks. But all we saw was a taunt. Led into the stocks being taken. You don't want to go out like that. We got another switch up here. Storm Shadow, the Koji crossover. This time we're back on Apocalypse, and a lot of character swaps coming out from Eero, but let's see if any of them can lead to this win here.
Yeah, I kind of worry about that sometimes too, because not only are you adjusting to your character, but now your teammate has to adjust to what combos you and your teammate can do together. And it kind of, to me, I feel like when you're swapping this many characters, like, it's kind of showing your hand. Like, it feels like you don't really know what to bring to the table, so you're just kind of throwing, like, you know, you're throwing spaghetti at the wall, hoping it sticks, basically. Yep. And it's just not. I mean, against this team and the way that they're playing, I mean, I think you might have just had to tighten up whatever your best team was right now. And maybe this is their best team, but coming in at the 3rd game after losing 2, the second one a little closer, but, you know, losing 2, wait a minute.
We got him going on the bottom.
Oh,
the
wow,
ground pound
at that.
and the save. That's what we call good teamwork right there. You were looking forward to it, weren't you? I saw you.
I thought he was gone, man, but like what a way to turn that back around. Got put him in to the way of the recovery, and then got the chase dodge up after. Yeah, that's going to be a great recovery right there, or great teamwork just in general from the red team.
Situations like that are really what makes another team shine over another. Being able to not only take the stock like that, but then get your teammate back off, make sure it wasn't even a 1-for-1. That's high value right there. And they're somewhat riding it. Heroes on this orange of the second stock, and Tax Evasion just losing his third stock there while they both sit in this light yellow hue. They're going to be fine with it. Edgeguard not going to get completed there, but you can see Hero fighting his way back on. He's saying, I'm not down and out yet. He gets that bow 3-piece, but gets clapped back by the Gauntlet's recovery.
Okay, manages to find himself another bow. Was off unarmed for just a little bit, but he had to watch himself. Does get a punish off that. That was pretty scary in the situation where he tried to go for that punish. His teammate was stuck in that sig, so we'll space that out in time. They've got a pretty good-looking game here this time for the blue team. They actually might be able to get themselves a win. This could have been the team that they were looking for. Maybe the team they should have started with, or maybe they just needed some warm-up time, because they do have a slight lead here, but I do not want to count out the red team just yet. They've made some amazing team plays throughout this set.
Side 6 not going to be the option there, but the KO is found eventually. Heroes on his final stock now. So is Sire. So is Tax Evasion. Himway, the only one on that second stock still. Goes for Lance Grandpa, not going to find it. Punish is actually saved by Sire once again.
Right. Great. Oh, okay, good save right there from Tax Evasion. Saw it, man. Arrow's about to get scooped up. Probably take a world of hurt right there, but got in there super quickly with that down light.
They're really trying to get this stock off Himway, but Heroes is taking way too much damage. He's already entered that orange there. They need to switch his focus on Sire. You can see he's trying to go for it. The double sidelight there is going to have some high value of that stock. Charge side sig is not something you want to walk into at this point.
All right. Yeah, just like right on his teammate right there. A lot of damage you're putting on, especially with the charge on it and everything, but yeah, I was looking at that for a bit, too. I was looking at Himway being so high up. And it's like, all right, every hit can kind of push him away. Maybe we can just try to get this cheeky stock here on Sire and force a 2v1. But unfortunately, now the 2v1 is on the side of Tax Evasion. He does have some decent damage onto Sire, who's now taunting in his face.
Blatant disrespect.
Blatant disrespect, for sure.
Coming through. We're going to see taunts coming through. Both teams felt like taunting today, but only one team felt like taking it 3-0 from Sire and Himway. They're looking clean going into that grand final set, and I mean, all the gold medals to them. Like, you can see all the titles, you can see all what they're rocking. They are not here for no reason. They're looking to clean this up, and a 3-0 is how they're going to get started. Himway, 700 damage almost, 688, and 5 KOs. So if there's a carry on that team, I mean, those are the stats for it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he's getting the KOs. He's also, the damage on both sides is definitely good, 68, 522. But if you look again, 430, 430. It's not as though the blue team was not putting up a decent fight. It's just, the way that the red team, they were able to close that up. There was one situation when it was 4 stocks to 3 left, and you almost felt like, all right, maybe we'll be able to make something happen here. But Himway living super long on that second stock definitely helped him out, or helped his team stay alive. And they actually found a couple of stocks in that little situation. So forced a 2v1 situation, and now they're sitting in grand finals, sitting pretty, waiting for it to see what happens in the rest of this tournament.
I mean, they got a lot of names coming after them right now, but we're going to take a look at Jerry K and Moss versus Tiger and Keith the Poo Poo. Keith the Poo Poo, a newer name. Tiger, not so much. Moss and Jerry K both have those gold championships to their side, so they've won before, they've been here before, and guess we have like a full row of golds. Everyone's won something, so let's see who can win this.
Double Vector. Keith, I just want you to know I'm not calling you that whole thing. You're just Keith.
He's just Keith for the night. He can just be Keith for the night. Keith and Tiger, Jerry K. And I just saw that name and just forgot who was in here as well, but it looks like they're going to go for a restart. The Double Vector.
Interesting.
Not the most normal pick. Not the most normal double champion. Usually you see the double Bodvars, the double Bryn, double Taros.
I thought for a long time, Vector was a meme pick, but it seems like this character has been getting a lot of shine like within the last year or two.
I feel like every time I see Australia or Southeast Asia, they have someone playing Vector, and then nowhere else does. Like I think there's like one Vector in Brazil, but like no one in North America or Europe plays this character. And I think it's because the down sig does what it does, which is nothing. So, TWK, please
which down sig?
Help us with Vector down sig, because it just bounces you to nowhere every single time. It's the like flying one where all the bombs come down. Yeah. That sig,
It's cool looking though.
It looks good,
Yeah.
and the players here might have figured it out because they keep locking in Vector. So I'm trying to see what happens here. The Bryn and Tori, more commonplace picks, something we're used to seeing. So I think that's going to be the ones where we see some combos and it actually makes sense to us. But double Vector. On the other side, I'm excited.
I don't even know how. Like, I'm trying to think of the combos that double vectors will do, and I'm like, y'all got to wow me today. But that's the whole point. I'm telling you,
we're just gonna see double end light into end sig over and over again.
All right. Hey, if it works, it works, man. So let's see what weapon they actually decide to like favor too. I mean, one of them might favor the Lance, the other one might favor the Bubble. We'll see.
Yep, this actually, I'm pretty sure, someone correct me if I'm mistaken, but this is the first official tournament with the new map pool. So we're on the 2v2s, but we're playing on Demon Island, which you usually see in 1v1s, and it's going to be a smaller map, smaller than the Shipwreck that they are used to, and I want to see what they can do with that. Double Dare's going to come through, and Jerry is going to confirm that with a ground pound. Blue team starting off to a rough start at the weapon throw. Goes for this double edge guard, and they're looking clean on it, but they cannot confirm that stock on Keith as they get back on Tiger.
If I recall correctly, y'all took out Mammoth Fortress?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So let's get some variety in here. That's what I like to see.
after the millennia, the home guard is gone. Mammoth Fortress no longer in the rotation, but we still got Demon Island. I feel like that's where they're going to be defaulting to now anyway, so.
It's fair. Good looking stage, though, so I will give it up, but
it is pretty.
Right now, okay.
That KO was also pretty. Jerry gets taken off the right side, and Reaper is still sitting on this third stock while Tiger on his second orange now. And we saw a couple down sigs already. They did not connect, and I'm very worried now because we keep seeing these Vector sigs going to be a long one.
So, I mean, does Vector, like, will it spike at least? Will it spike? That's not it. Will it spike?
I think it'll spike, except you know like how Asuri and Hattori spike? It's not like that. It's like a spike, and then you're like, oh, he's coming back.
Just not strong enough. Okay. All right, we'll have to see if they're going to work some magic with this one for sure, man. He's actually got the lance in hand right now, so hopefully he can make something happen with it. This Vector should be able to make it back. Sweat beads are going to come out, but no one there to actually challenge them as they were looking over at Keith. We still managed to live.
Even game here, all things considered from that opening. Tiger is going to fall to that last stock of his, but it took a while to get there, and he's done a lot with the stock given the circumstances. Side stick going to come through and not going to find its mark. And Keith's going to fight his way back to stage 2. They're looking for these KOs. Everyone on the red that has a second stock, and Keith's going to be the first to go.
Okay, almost got a double right there with that recovery, just a little too low under the stage. So they're going to be looking for that KO sooner than later here on Reaper. He's actually putting up a good fight. Hold on. Oh, actually, so weirdly misses that side air.
Oh, getting really dangerous there as Tiger connects the ground pound onto Keith, but Jerry actually ends up saving him so he doesn't get that big spike down.
All right, so even game. The Tigers might have to play this one a little safer right now. He's the only one really hurt right here. About to start entering red. He isn't it somewhat deeper orange. Okay.
Tiger taking a lot of damage here. You can see the juggles coming through on the axe.
Oh, I like that. Actually, regressive come down right there with the neutral layer, push him into his teammate. So Keith, doing it. Oh, wow! Actually, I didn't even notice how much damage Keith has been taking.
Tiger looking at Tiger off to the right. Is he going to make it back? He does, but Keith also now sent off to the left, and they're fighting their way back on over and over. Man. And Jerry's finally going to confirm that. Sidelight Stairs is going to confirm on the right side as well. Last stock red in this game too.
He got hit with that ground pound in probably the worst imaginable area where you actually get hit with the ground pound, but it sends you, you get hit with the spear ground pound. It's going to send you out. You probably would have died if you went out anyway, but when you get spiked off the stage,
it's mental damage. For
yeah.
You just feel worse going to the next one, like, oh, man.
Like, he landed that on me for sure. All right, so the double Vector, not bad, but not starting off, and I already see a swap over here. I see Michelangelo coming out.
Michelangelo, that's going to be covering over the Val. That's the one I don't see them enough. I see the Stevani a lot, and I see the Akuma a lot.
Of course,
But the Michelangelo, you don't see a lot, so let's see if he can turn these pizza pies into wins, all right? Because the other team before, they were eating pizza, now we got the pizza legend here.
Yes, sir. So I know they're looking good. And we also got to swap over here to the Azoth, and as Zip said earlier, one of the more SIG-heavy characters. And so we'll see if this actually helps out. We'll be seeing more SIGs on the side of things, or at least just some raw power. I mean, this character is pretty strong. Those SIGs do hit pretty hard, so we'll see how this plays out in a whole different. I mean, I want to know how far they actually got with that Vector. Because, this is the first match we got to see him. So, like, how often did y'all do that, or were y'all just memeing real quick?
I mean, Tiger plays bow.
Okay.
So I feel like if Tiger stays to his standard, they can probably make it up there double Vector if he's at least just picking up bow the entire time. But this game, we got Keith on the sword, and he's been doing a lot of work with it, as the game is pretty even still. So we're going to look for who can get these first KOs here. And I feel like kind of give us a turning point in this game, right? Who's going to really take that momentum shift and run with it? Because KOs are kind of few and far in between these two teams here. We've seen a lot of people live to that deep red state.
Right, man. Tiger has definitely been looking for some SIGs, but I think he's like 1 for 4 right now. Does manage to get back to the stage with that weapon toss. So
I mean, I don't think when you play Azoth, you don't really
care. Yeah.
The ratio is not relevant to you. It's like that image where it's just like keep gambling. Eventually, the SIG will hit, and you'll be happy with it.
He said, "I'm betting 21. I'm rolling every time. 15, hit me. Like I'm not doing it, bro." All right. So let's go ahead and see if it's going to work out for him, though. He's just trying to go for a pretty deep edge guard. And surprisingly, I feel like Reaper was in position to go for a ground pound or at least a down air and just doesn't pull the trigger on that. And so now Tiger's going to be able to make it back to the stage for free.
Yep, and Reaper is the only one on the second stock here, but they're taking so much damage. You can already see they're trying to, while everyone's still on this red, deep red, he's kind of evening it up now, entering red on the second stock. And that's not going to go well for them as the down stick takes Jerry K off the left side. Keith the Poo Poo and Tiger. They're sitting comfortably. Tiger's finally going to lose that first stock.
Okay, yeah, Keith, he was just trying to figure out a way to stay away from both the both the red team, but they definitely closed him out right there. Try to jump over, immediately gets caught by that recovery. So again, not a bad game right here developing for the red team. Right now, Reaper definitely kind of hurt and did fight his way back, but may not fight his way back fast enough. Oh, Keith, wait, whoa, where you going? Got to come back down to the stage. So Reaper does manage to make it back. That was a pretty decent attempt at edge guard. They did get a lot of damage on him though over there though, so shouldn't be too long for him on this stock if they can get just a straight hit.
Reaper taking a lot of damage, but also dealing a lot. Damage not really relevant to them at this point because they are in that deep red so far. Now you're just looking to get that KO, and they can't seem to do it. So much value out of this stock continuing. You can see the spear moves coming out, connecting all of them, and Jerry K is going to actually give his team the lead by taking that stock on the left side. Sig not going to KO just yet. Another one's going to come through, send Jerry K far left, but it's not going to be enough. Jerry K fights his way back on stage, downlights there. It's finally going to do it. And we have one on everyone but Keith here.
I think I understand why people aren't using this skin now. That neutral six sound is disgusting. Like, that I was like, what is that? And I saw him hit it again. It's like, oh, I never want to hear that again, bro. Bring back Akuma.
That's the answer?
Yeah. I don't want to hear that. But anyway, I mean, still love the turtles, but yeah, that's the pizza sound was something else.
All the TMNT skins got some pizza sound going on. Like, you're trying to make me hungry, or we fighting? What's going on?
All right, so with the way this
slip.
Oh no, he's out of there. Now this is still kind of doable, I think. So you get
Keith
out of here,
but it's possible.
Yeah. You get Keith out of here. Keep pushing Keith away, and then try to get this one-on-one as long as possible. Get this stock off of Tiger, and then take Keith's stock one because he's already hurt. And then, yeah, man, just try to win that one-on-one after. You might be hurting at the beginning of it, but, it's your best chance right now.
Well, he's definitely looking for that KO on Tiger. He is also in the very deep red, so he can get both of them, and it's going to be a long 1v1 if he does. And Sig, he's going to send him on the right side. Another one's going to come through. Okay. And you're right, that sound is terrifying.
It is. Yeah. Here we go, man. That boy, Michelangelo says hot and ready, so. Oh!
Side is going to close that off, and it's 1-1. So Keith and Tiger switched up the picks, and it's a completely different game. It looks like Keith 600 damage on that 4-4 Vow 5 for him, but that's a lot of damage to put out with low force and low damage weapons, right?
Yeah, man.
So he's been playing really good, and it looks like we're going back to Apocalypse, Miami Dome, Small Enigma. So they're not too worried about it. Miami Dome is going to go back there, see if they can win on the same stage, and Jerry K and Reaper not going to switch up their picks either.
That's kind of interesting, too, because Jerry K, I feel like on another stage with a lower top blast zone, he actually got that kill with that downlight recovery. But fortunately, you're here on Miami Dome, and you're also playing a 4-force character. So there's a lot of stuff working against them to try to get into that 1v1 situation. But maybe you didn't have to worry about it if, they can just go ahead and close this out in a 2v1 situation. Now that we're back on even grounds right here in the third game. Still on Miami Dome.
Yep, Reaper with a really unfortunate early death last game as well. The wall slip kicking in, he was apparently not ready for it. As soon as he goes back on, he gets sent back down, and with the new wall slip, you're not making it back if you hit that because your side jumps the entire time.
Oh, yeah.
Into this game, though, Jerry K has taken those damage so far as he enters the red. Side stick going to finally come on Tiger, and you can see the gambling begins. This time it's going to be a recovery, though, and KO's still not going to come through. And I'm noticing it's super hard. These players are not getting knocked out ever at any point. There's a second nair, it's still not going to get knocked out.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. I mean, we have been seeing some very deep reds here in this set, or honestly, just since we've been watching Southeast Asia. So the living on this side has been a thing. Is not able to live that, though, no matter how low that hit under the stage. Still going to be living right here, though. Reaper, Tiger, Bennett.
Jerry fighting back on these juggles. Side air is going to send, and Reaper actually picks up the Nensig onto Keith, and that is very clean for them. Tiger, he's kind of going back and forth, just throwing out moves, none really connecting, but Jerry is taking the brunt of the damage here as he enters the orange of that second stock. Keith also on the second stock. They're going to try to turn it back on. The edge guard's coming through.
Oh, just one read too much, and then immediately
he just had to let it go, and it was going to be clean, but Tiger is there to help out his teammate get back to the stage, even though it looks like he didn't need it after that chase touch.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's it. You know, it happens to the best of us. Sometimes you're trying to make the super highlight reel and just do one option too much and put yourself in a bad position. But it's all good. You know, we still got a pretty even game. Jerry, on the side of the red team, has really been kind of taking a beat in this game. So he's got to watch himself, got to clean it up, too. I saw a couple of times, too, where it feels like Reaper was looking for a certain combo hit, and Jerry didn't give it to him.
Just hit the jackpot 2 in a row. Finally, what he was looking for, the side stick is going to come through. The third one, okay, now he's feeling himself a bit too much. Are we going to see another one come through? He goes for the read on the side air and doesn't find it. Down stick going to come out. Where's this gameplay been?
Yes.
I see A's locked in. I'm expecting 6, and there it is again. It's just jackpot on jackpot for Tiger today.
Yeah, it's 7-7-7 for sure. Now, that's okay. We got to talk about how active that SIG was. That was like a 40-frame active SIG right there. Just kind of walked into it and still lost his life right there. But you know what happens? It happens right there. So definitely got to watch out for stuff like that. I mean, that's the whole thing about Azov, though, is, you know, he has active SIGs and he has, SIGs that he's just going to be throwing out for that exact reason. Ooh,
I mean, Tiger's having a lot of fun on this stage right now.
Literally, no one's around. He's just throwing them out. Like, he threw that neutral SIG out.
And light, and SIG, go again. Like, he's having fun. He's getting some SIGs of his own going through. The end SIG is all that he's going to throw out. I feel like that's all we've seen from him so far. Doesn't feel like doing it there to punish the other end SIG, but the KO is going to be found nonetheless, and you can see now they're both going for it.
Okay. Like, it's going to be kind of hard to avoid. Does manage to kind of get past that, but can't get past everything. Jerry happened to live a little longer than Reaper, but I still think that on that side of things, Jerry kind of let the team down just a little bit. I think there's, like he's getting some damage here, but I don't think he's getting the follow-ups or at least the passovers to his teammate either. So, I mean, they're going to have to clean up the teamwork here or just find a better way to get around these Azov SIGs. And maybe even not just like kind of jumping Azov and hoping for the best.
Well, this double Hattori's pick is kind of scary. It's a level 73 Hattori, so we at least know that they could play it. But we're coming off of some games where it looks like the most damaging part is the lack of kill potential. People are not getting knocked out. And then we're going to switch off the axe onto lower force and sword, right? We saw that downlight recovery on sword, and we're thinking different map, different character. Maybe that takes him off the top. But it's Hattori, so it didn't happen, and now we got 2 of them. Yeah, so maybe they're gonna be able to build damage faster, move around the map faster. But these KOs, they've got to happen. We gotta see that come through.
I feel like I would be more comfortable with this pick if I saw like crazy teamwork coming out from him, but I haven't seen it just yet. So like, yeah, if we're trying to get these combos going on faster, then sick. But that's not technically what's happening right here at the beginning of the game. They're getting absolutely demolished right now. This is almost a stock off of Reaper as, or off of Reaper as we were talking about it. But, Jerry with the turnaround.
Jerry with the clap back. Keith does make it back because an overcommitment, but the side SIG is going to connect on his team as he gets saved, and then the next side SIG is just going to get the KO off. Reaper. A chain of events that I don't think he wanted. I don't think that's what he was looking for.
I just need to go into the mind of Jerry. What was the thought process on that down SIG, okay?
I mean, sometimes stuff looks sick. Sometimes stuff is clean. That was not one of those times.
Yeah, he was out there just kind of like, that's the thing about down SIG. When it hits, you look amazing, but when it doesn't, you are just there.
I mean, sometimes, if you're really trying to win, you just go for the next ground pound again.
True.
Not him. He's looking for the down SIG. It's not going to connect. Jerry, he's kind of cleaned himself up a bit, though. He has gotten that KO on Keith, and Keith is taking a lot of damage now. Tiger, though, still staying on that third stock, and we've seen him since that Vector game where he lost that first stock early. He's holding on to these. He's not losing stocks ever.
Yeah, man. That Vector game was definitely a gimme for them because they have been playing absolutely amazingly since they've swapped over to what feels like their main team, if anything. But been working out well for him. Nice little chase down here on to Jerry, Reaper, but he does manage to wake it away. Oh, Jerry! Oh, the reversal though. Just man, I think a down air might have been a little safer option, but regardless, sometimes you got to do or die that moment.
Light is gonna take the KO. Tiger is playing too clean with it. Keith, on the other hand, he's on that red. That recovery is going to go in, and if you're the red team here, you're just looking to get Keith out. See if you can take that power play moment to get something on Tiger. There it is. The end light not going to get followed up as you end up off stage. They're going to send him back though, and that is going to be opportunity. Not going to find it.
Like that, Keith coming through with the save and allowing his like Tiger to get that at least try to go for a recovery back on stage. And he does get a hit too, so he got some damage as well. Almost getting the scoop up. That would have been great. I think that would have actually KO'd Jerry. Yeah, they are hurting.
Oh, the cover-up is there. The double side sigs coming through, covering almost every option there. Maybe he could have gone a bit higher, but he ran out of jumps. That's what happens when you come too far away. And Keith the Poo-Poo and Tiger, they're looking like grand finals is where they want to be. I don't even. If you're playing like that, how do you even end up in losers? I'm wondering now.
Yeah, I gotta see where y'all bracket ran there. Because like that was beautiful teamwork coming out from them. They absolutely destroyed.
Especially that first stock with the team combo they had set up, the axe and the gauntlets. They look so clean.
All right, man. So that means we'll be getting into our next match relatively soon. But yeah, the double vector it was memes. All right, like
I mean, maybe it was working. We gotta see the bracket because if it was working till now, we got something to talk about.
True.
And that's something else to talk about. But the Azoth and Michelangelo, that looks like you said their main comp, what they're going to be picking up here. So it's clean.
Here on the other side of the thing, we have Arrow and Tax Evasion stepping up, though. They'll be coming through with the Ogrim and the Bryn. Was that who they were playing earlier? Was it Ogrim? Oh, yeah. No, it was Macho Man.
It was the Macho Man. We got a skin switch up from Arrow here. And honestly, I'm excited to see this one. Yeah. Because I'm still not sure who knocked down Tiger and Keith, but they've been playing really well. So seeing as these two are coming from the winner's side, they had the potential. Oh, we're looking like a remake here because something went wrong. Maybe wrong map pick or lag. I don't know if you can lag, if you could tell you're lagging in literally 1 second, but something is wrong. So we're gonna have a little reset here. And like I was saying, I want to think about how Tiger and Keith ended up down here, and if it was these two, is this the run back, or maybe it was the other two up in winners finals, right? Because we're in the top 4 here. These matches are as close as it's gonna get. These are the best teams in the tournament. So.
But the thing is, I mean, like when you looked at, like you say that, like when we're in the top 4, when you look at it, like this team. Okay, wow, all right. So so it is a run back, which is interesting because, like, again, in winners finals, Eero and Tax Evasion kind of got rolled. And then here on the other side of things, Tiger and Keith just rolled their opponents as well. So it's like
they just rolled their opponents, and now they're fighting the people that knocked them down here. So
but it was a 3-2 though, so they might be they got to come back with the sauce this time around. If they can play with this momentum, I'd be expecting to win. But also at the same time, Aero, Tax Evasion did get a chance to just kind of sit back and watch this. Maybe they'll learn something about their teamwork and how they can run it right back to Miami Dome. Is this going to be the new Mammoth Fortress? Maybe. But let's go ahead and get it.
I mean, I like this stage though. One thing is for certain, we're not seeing the double vector opening here. That means that it's not. If it was a 3-2 last time, they wasted a game on double vector. I hope not, right? So we're in here, all real picks opening up. Everyone on what's expected of them. And so far, the game is looking pretty close as trades happening back and forth. The GC is not going to connect, but there's still combo there. Just a Sarah punish. It's gonna be okay.
Man, that actually is interesting, though, because if they did go 3-2, but they did lose the game on double vector, like, that is kind of something they're probably thinking about. Like, man, why did we do that? Now we have to go crazy. So, on the main
why
team,
did we do that? Let's do it again and losers.
So, here we are, though, like, have a pretty even game that is now going to be a stock. But Keith, actually, pretty healthy, all things considered, man. I mean, just now starting to hit that red. As long as he stays pretty far away from those edges, he should be able to live a couple of hits.
That Val defense is up there at that, like, 7, I think. So he's going to be sitting pretty comfortably. And he's been following up really well. Some team combos have come through, just some light work. And he's gotten both KOs so far with the sword side stick and the gauntlet side stick. So he's moving really fluid throughout this map. Tiger is going to hit him with that recovery, but no harm done. He's still alive, and he's still working with the stock.
Okay.
As I say, that tax evasion is going to get sent far by Tiger, but Keith could not confirm it with that ground pound as he hits the stage. Double down, so he's going to take 2 for 1. One is your teammate, but you don't mind it at this point because he was just so damaged.
Yeah, man. I mean, he was bound to lose that stock at some point in time. I mean, barring regular Brawlhalla gameplay is happening, but now he's getting comboed up to Oblivion, taking a lot of stocks or a lot of damage right there, already into the orange. Weapon toss just a little over his head, but doesn't matter though. Still finds the ground pound as he decides to swing in on him. Good stuff here from Keith.
Nice combo again, and those are the little combos I'm talking about. Even though they're not big zero deaths, they are going uninterrupted, and they are getting a lot of value off. Tax evasion now on this light red here. He's gonna be able to eat a couple more hits before he's in KO %, and that's not where you want to be while everyone is either fresh or still on a second stock here.
I think that's the crazy part too of that combo. Like I mean, only one person was getting combo, but the teammate was there, and he was trying to break that up, just sitting in the middle. Like, damn, you can beat him up.
How if there's one sandwich, like there's got to be another sandwich somewhere, but nope, they just had some lettuce in there for no reason, not eating it or anything.
Oh man, so BL with no T right there, but
Yep.
it's all good, man. We're going to keep it moving as we do have, you know, a little bit of a lead here developing for the blue team, but this is part kind of like the flex part of the game where if it ends up becoming a well, 2v1 on the
like taking him out.
yeah, it doesn't matter though. I was gonna say if it comes to 2v1 where they get Tiger out of there, this could turn around pretty quickly, but unfortunately that's gonna be tax evasion out of there, and oh, they are way up there trying to make it happen. Okay.
Bow and arrow still going to send him very high up, but not going to get the KO. Recovery's going to close it out, and Keith, the Poo-Poo, and Tiger take game 1.
Keith, yeah, man, like I like the aggression we're seeing here as they like, you know, push people way high up too, because they're like, we're gonna force those options out one way or another. You're gonna dodge, you're gonna jump, you're gonna do something, and now, as you're just trying to drift down to the ground, which the character that doesn't have like a crazy amount of momentum or moving speed, like you're going to get hit by whoever's down there just waiting.
I mean, they've been playing crazy on this Miami Dome pick, and they just keep going for it. They've just been allowed to play on it like what 6 games in a row now, 5 or 6, and I think. You start thinking, all right, maybe they're too good on this map. Maybe we want to go somewhere else because I've been seeing Keith use these platforms to just be everywhere.
Yeah. Right. So Arrow, once again, tax evasion Arrow. You know, this as Toast told me earlier, you know, this did go in a 2-3 fashion, and it just kind of wondered, like, did they pull the double vector or did it just go like this? But as of right now, that was a pretty good first game for Keith and Tiger.
Yep, Tiger is going to take the brunt of the damage on the opening here, but we've seen a lot of people take some damage and then have it not matter as they clap back really fast. So, and he's doing that right now. The down six is going to come up, but it's not going to connect. He does get comboed once again, but he still looks like he's fine here. He enters the red, but not the end of the world. Goes for the double sidelight.
Okay. All right, make his way out of there with Jukes. That down holds that ground pound though, but
That's going to be the first stock.
oh, okay. I almost feel like he was trying to save him right there. Doesn't actually get the hit, but either way, does get the KO there with the
that's
double
big.
recovery. Yes.
The end light comes out, but there is no follow-up as he goes for his own bow end like too quick. You gotta be more patient with your teammate around like that. But it's still gonna be some value for them. They're gonna take it as tax evasion enters that light orange there, and Tiger going really hard on this lance on the right side. He's going for the edge guard double. I mean, well, weapon throw going to take that.
Oh.
You're going for the save, but can't find it, and that's saving with Axe. Axe. Not known for its high force, so it is hard, and it ends up taking his stock too. So they get a 2-for-1 deal there just because he wanted to be a helpful teammate. From now on, you don't save your teammate, right?
Yeah, next time you just let him go. Like, if he dies, he dies, man. Like, that's what you got to let him. Because, like, yeah, that's an unfortunate stock loss. And the only reason he even got a chance to, like, get that was because he hit his teammate to get a chase dodge, and that still didn't really help out. So, I mean, just a rough outing, start right here. Well, just a rough outing in the second game altogether because they are now sitting on their last stocks, and they're pretty hurt now. Finally getting their first stock off of Keith. A lot of work, a lot of, you know, road has to be traveled here for them to make this comeback, but I don't know if it's going to happen.
That lance off stage is scary, especially since you have to charge up that recovery, but he does make it back up. Kind of looks like they're fighting an uphill battle here as they're both on the last stock red. Like, this is going to be a hard one. Tiger just now entering his last stock, and Keith, he's only in the orange, and he's been stock tanking on this Val.
He makes it out of there, holds that, though, and yet, man, they absolutely destroyed that time. So, yeah, I feel like I hope someone recorded that set because I need to know what happened between now and then because
I better go back in the bracket and see 5 games of double vector straight down.
Yeah, because this team is absolutely destroying right now. The Michelangelo Azoth is all over the Bryn Ogrim. I mean, the damage is looking good here. The teamwork is looking even better.
I mean, that's just maybe it's the elimination bracket buff. Maybe it's just like you fall down there and you're like, all right, it's time to stop messing around. Or maybe they just give you Miami Dome 7 times in a row, and then you're like, I'm in my element. Now I'm feeling myself.
Yep. You know, nice stage, best music. Like it's, you know, you really are feeling yourself right now.
Put your music to max, and then you're like, all right, it's really serious gameplay now.
So back to Miami Dome once again. And the swap here from Arrow, you know, he tried this in the winners finals too. You know, decided I'm going to bring out the Koji, and it did actually do a little bit of work, but is it too little too late? I think it might have been better to try to start off with this because of the amount of work that it did do in that last game, but we'll see. We will see. Man, this is...
Red team already taking the brunt of the damage once again here, and Keith barely touched. Even that GC and NSIG go unpunished as he gets an end light back to his teammate. Tax evasion is going to lose that first stock already. And Eero, he's damaged too. It's not a lot left to work with on this stock, especially with the only 5 defense going on here. I feel like next big hit's going to be the one, but they're not even looking for him. They're looking for this tax evasion as he's off stage.
Tiger said that's how you save a teammate right there. So immediately hits him with the neutral. Oh, but it may not matter. He actually loses his own stock, and Okay, little double tap right there. Should be able to make that back. Man, this
Keith
arrow.
turns it around.
Honestly, not even arrow. This has happened to a lot of people who are trying to KO Keith with a ground pound. He is just so smart about getting around him and then getting his own
You gotta pay him that respect at this point. It's been like every single time he turns that around. At some point you just go, all right, it's a skill diff.
Yeah.
You gotta leave him alone off there.
Like, you can come back.
You come back, I'll get the KO on stage. As that just happened, down air recovery is going to finally take Keith off the top. And tax evasion getting this double sideline on Tiger. And I've noticed that almost like 3 games in a row now. Tiger gets hit by that sideline and dodges down. He's been winning, but that's something that's got to switch up. Maybe you can take advantage of that to get yourself a lead here. Keith off stage, he's going to be allowed to recover back on. And maybe they can hear us because they actually just did let him recover from the bottom of the map there.
Yeah, I mean, which is wild too, because I feel like he only had one way to go. Like that was when that's when it's time to ground pound. Okay, like he had to touch the stage. He used all of his resources. It was time to go, but no one looking at him, so he gets a chance to. Oh, wait a minute! Tried it. Try to get him
That
off
was
the
going to be
easy.
devastating for the red team there, but they still have room to work with. Downlight recovery is finally going to take Tiger off, and that is going to give you an opportunity here. Tiger's on that last stock. So are all of you. This is what you got to go for.
Yeah, man. Keith though, just playing super
Gets the
evasive.
read, gets
He's
both
okay.
dodges.
Watch yourself. Both reads over there happening, and managed to get back to. Oh, watch. Okay, I thought that was actually a sig for a second, but no, just gets his recovery.
Just runs and side six his teammate. Out of
Like, my bad, bro. Thought I had a read. Like, not this time, but hey, that's a
gets the
read though.
down again. He's going for this edge guard. Doesn't find it, and it's going to cost him his stock. Got a little too greedy there, but he has enough stock to work with.
Hey, you can
Tax
get a little
evasion
greedy
going for
like
that
that.
down read once again, but doesn't find it that time.
So you can get a little greedy, knowing that your teammate too is pretty healthy. So not a
Not the end of the world.
Yeah, not
Tax
the end of the world
evasion,
for sure.
He's going to take that stock, and so is Eros. That's going to be a 3-0 from Tiger and Keith.
Man, yeah, y'all turn that all the way around. I don't even need to see what happened. It was 5 vector games. Like that's I'm just gonna that's the lore.
That was 5 vector games. 5 vector games and no bow pickups, just Lance entire time. That's what happened in the grand finals. And I'm not in grand finals in the winner's side, but we are in grand finals now. Tiger and Keith Poo-Poo, they fought their way up here, so they want that chance at winning.
They deserve it. Like with the way that they're playing right there, definitely deserve it. Now this again, tax evasion Arrow not even ranked right here, so still got to give them big shout outs for making it this far. Had a pretty crazy run, but just ran up against 2 titans of a teams right there, 6 and 10 here on the side of Tiger and Keith. And well, they played just like that. Keith kind of took a page out of the Azov book, because he was throwing mad 6 for a little bit in that
he was
game.
having his fun too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the vector is back. I mean, where else besides the grand finals? Right?
Yeah. Okay.
He won't get another chance to show it off to us. I feel like every time I see a Southeast Asia or Australian tournament, I do see a lot of people in the top 4 with no PR, and that is insane to me because like. It must be like one tournament to get PR'd, right? Like you just need to play like one tournament and place well. So seeing a lot of them just like come in and it's like, all right, fresh tournament. That's insane. That's mad props. So.
Yeah, no, I got to do it. I mean, you made it all the way to 3rd place. I mean, you were in winners finals with no PR right there against some of the best here. So kind of short, kind of ran a little short right there, but. That's what happens, man. I mean, like people start playing like pretty hard in that losing front because they don't want to be put out. So now here we are into grand finals. They are switching to all kind of characters here on one side, but yeah, Himway and his teammate will be coming up soon. But we got Tiger and Keith already sitting in. They got the A's off. They have the Vector. I see a Jayon out, but I think we're just waiting for one person to jump onto this so we can go ahead and get this grand final started, man.
I mean, that's level 36 Jayon. I can see it happening.
All right. I mean, I guess it's played some. It's played enough of it. But
that's tournament ready, if you ask me. You get as soon as you unlock that black color scheme, you can start locking in a tournament. I won't say anything anymore.
That's fair.
Then again, you come to North America, and then they lock in the level 12s, and they have their fun. So they're just locking in whatever they can. But it is going to be that Chun-Li, Wushang, and the Macho Man coming through once again. And Vector Azov is still the hovers here, and it's not going to be a swap off. So,
all right. I mean, I'm interested. Well, just one Vector this time though, so I am interested. We'll see
that's
how
no
this
fun.
one plays.
Anyone can play one Vector.
Yeah. Just when the 2 come out, you're like, all right, you guys are getting a little crazy. So, but the Azov is still here. Going to be doing those. You're going to see a lot of SIGs here from the Azov side of things. But here on the other side, I mean, Sire and Himway, they just had great teamwork. We're going to be seeing that come at you real quick, starting right here. So let's go
back
again,
in the Miami Dome as well. So we're going to keep it friendly for the audience. Make sure they're used to what they're seeing.
Oh yeah,
like you said, the new Mammoth Fortress is Miami Dome. Both start with an M, so they like it.
Hey, you know what? It's a stage I've liked since I've seen it, so I'm not complaining. Demon Island or Miami Dome being the new Mammoth Fortress is fine with me. So here we go. getting into it, our first game of Grand Finals. This is Sire and Himway sitting on the winner side of things, but Keith and Tiger
really good right now as he gets the double ground pound into the edge guard, and that was a clean edge guard right there, as you can see. Even just the start of it, gets that sideline and reads the dodge up to get the ground pound and then double dares. It wasn't even the same person. He was edge guard. He just like switched up on them.
That's how you do it too. I mean, like again, with Keith, the way that he's been playing, I mean, definitely playing with a lot of confidence on his side.
You could tell that he just wants to.
Oh yeah,
he's going crazy. Even right now, he's chasing Sire around the map with that bow.
Okay, here we go. This is where now this is where it hurts. Okay, this is where the Sire Himway team was really popping off. They were making 2v1 situations out of nothing, and they were getting a lot of damage. Keith was sitting like a light yellow. Now here he is, pretty much in deep orange, almost red now. Oh, okay. Oh, Sire on top of him, almost gets a double. He is going to get a double. He's clean. He's so clean. What a way to turn that all the way around. He sees his teammate goes down and goes Ultra Instincts on him real quick. Everybody's going down.
I was just about to say Sire accidentally took off Himway stock there with that side sig, but as soon as it happened, he said, you know what, I owe you one. I'm making up for you. He goes for the double knockout, getting Tiger's options completely taken away. And Tiger, he's still feeling the rust. You got to shake it off, Tiger, because he's getting carried around by this lance right now. And the red team just completely flipped a switch. Sire taking Tiger to the top of the map with that spear, and Keith charging up the side sig.
Okay, buddy.
They're already practicing up for their next game or something, because Tiger completely just devastated after that.
Yeah, no, that was, I mean, what a way to turn this thing all the way around. It did look like the red team, or the blue team had some level of momentum, and that was sapped immediately on that 2v1 from Sire. And that's another stock out of Tiger. He's out of there, and Keith now, you know, by himself, I mean, not a crazy amount of damage on either of them either, so he might be able to get a stock off of Himway, but you still got to look at Sire, who's just in yellow.
Yep, there's a lot of work to be done here. It's definitely an uphill battle if I've ever seen one. And Sire and Himway, their key point that you were mentioning was the team combos, those sandwich situations where they're getting high value off their weapons going back and forth. But turns out you can just let Sire go off stage for a little bit, and the game will be flipped on its head immediately. So,
okay, wait. Oh, wow. He still gets back. I mean, it's the, okay, I'll give it up, though. Like, hey, you got a Vector Sig in there, bro. I will give it up on that one. The neutral Sig coming out, piling that man off that stock, unfortunately puts himself in a real bad position and just gets scooped up too.
Now you got to think, all right, we lost that game, but it wasn't because I was playing Vector, so I'm going to lock it in again.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we'll definitely see. I mean, I think the Michelangelo was a great asset to the team.
It was definitely doing work.
Let's see what he decides to do here.
Maybe it's just after that game 5, he just knew, all right, the Vector won't work against these people. I gotta save it for the next competition.
Is it still here? Is that?
It's still here.
Oh man,
that's
all right.
On the Vector.
Hey, you know what, bro? Like, the Vector did his work. You got the stats right here.
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't because I was on Vector we lost, right? Because we saw that bow gameplay at the start, and we were already giving him praises of victory. But Sire, he wasn't having it.
Yeah, man. That's if you look at the the damage differential too, man, he did a crazy amount more damage than his teammate right here on the Azov. So yeah, Keith not really being the issue there. It is going to be Tiger who's going to have to set it up. But Sire, yeah, man, what a way to turn that game on his head. As he was like, all right, man, I accidentally KO my opponent, but I'm about to get a triple kill right here. Okay, or my teammate, but yeah, get a triple kill. So let's see what happens here as we get to second game.
And we're getting juggled up.
All right. Trying to scoop him up just a little bit. Does get some a couple hits here on the left side. He's carrying that combo. Yeah,
just kind of carrying Keith around the entire map. He's gone full directional. He's getting the gauntlet reads back, forward, left, right, even taking him up a bit. And there it is again. Gets the read up, and Himway is immediately there to follow up on it.
This team is working like a well-oiled machine, because I wasn't even looking at Himway, and he just managed to snag 2 KOs like it's nothing.
It's actually true, because out of nowhere, you see Sire getting that second recovery, and then Himway just kind of teleports below him starts charging up the lance recovery. But Sire is going to lose that stock to weapon throw, and Tiger's going to come up and clean that one up with the side stick. So.
All right, yeah, no, Himway looked like he was going to try to go down there and save his opponent, but it was too far gone, and I think that kind of put himself in a bad position. But it's all good. I mean, just get the teamwork going yet again, and they could be seeing that same level of victory and that same level of success that they saw in that first game. But here on the other side of things, again, the only person that really had to step it up from the first game to the second is Tiger, and so as long as he's playing better, we could see a blue team W right here as well.
Is definitely coming through a bit more as Tiger's finally getting these SIGs that, I mean, this is why you lock in the Azov. It's finally working out for him. Sire and Himway both in the red here. Sire's going to be sent super far. That's going to give them opportunity. And Edgeguard is going to come through, and Himway is playing by himself on the map right now. He's trying to get as much damage as he can. The ground pound is going to close off his stock. Tiger doesn't want to recover too quickly.
Okay, hold on now. Yeah, Sire taking a little bit of damage here. This is looking way better for the blue team this time around. Tiger's been able to hold his own. Keith has been doing some great, great work on this vector too. Hold on. Back onto the stage, he gets kicked right back off. And we're not seeing, the thing is, we're also definitely not seeing them getting put in these 2v1 situations either, or getting sandwiched as, Himway and Sire are really good at.
Ooh, Tiger, he's just on point with these side sticks this game. Like, last game, he was off of it, but this game, he's just landing, like, almost all of it. I feel like that's the first one I've seen him missing, like, 3. Sire is going to get that KO in the corner, but they're on their last hits here. Yeah, they're very damaged.
That's be a crazy comeback, but yeah, no, good insig right there. You're playing against Azoth. You got to know those SIGs are coming. That's going to be a down air. They're going to,
Weapon throw,
close this one out.
Recovery. Sends him up instead of down. Himway, it's an uphill battle, and we keep saying this and keep seeing it. It's not happening. Side air is going to send him off the left side.
I think in this situation, for the blue team, their win con is definitely to just force 2 1v1s, because I do think they're doing quite well in that situation. But here on the other side of things, the win con obviously for the red team is, all right, how many times can we just make some random 2v1 combos happen out of nowhere? Because that's how they get these Ws. Or if Sire goes crazy and then Himway just finishes things off, which has been kind of like their story, their bread and butter. Because Sire has been getting quite a bit of damage, and then Himway just happens to find that stray hit that pushes him past that blast zone. Here we are back again on Miami Dome. Please let me see another stage. I love the stage, I promise. But like,
it's so noticeable when you see it about 8 times in a row. I'm like sitting here, I'm like, wow, they're actually going back?
All right. I mean, at this point in time, though, it's game 3, so, you can't really say the stage is causing you the issues here, so no real reason to swap it. I guess if you lose twice, maybe try to swap out of here, but probably won't see that.
Yeah, I mean, Himway and Sire do have the winners bracket advantage here, not the elimination bracket, so even if they do lose this best of 5, they will have another chance here. But they're not even thinking about losing this best of 5, as that team combo comes through, putting a lot of damage on the Tiger. But we're looking at Tiger, and we're not looking at Keith. He's hitting these recoveries spot on, and that's the first hit he's taken from his teammates. So.
I was going to say, yeah, man, he was 4 recoveries in a row. They all hit. So now Sire has got to watch out, trying to get some damage here. Oh, watch that. Watch it just down here.
KOs now. Sidelight recovery is going to find the first one. Tiger's going to be the second one, and Keith and Himway both staying on these third stocks. Himway finds some nice damage there. The follow-up is there from Sire. Oh, okay. Himway.
Yeah, Himway was trying to get some fancy with expecting an air dodge in right there with that reverse, but no one home. However, gonna get back to stage. I'll actually thread the needle on that one.
He was actually smooth with it. Yep, right in between the two of them. Tiger clearing the board of these weapons, says Sire, you cannot have one, but.
Okay. Oh, tries it, drop it on him. Himway not going to be actually get that one going for him.
Ground pound from Sire. Going for another one of these games here, but Keith is going to make it back to stage. Himway juggling with this lance, and he's still on this third stock. If there's a win con, it's this.
Yeah, man, he is living for quite some time. Don't want to jinx it, because once you notice it, once you notice it, it's gone. But he actually gets team comboed into that one. Still, though,
Sire is actually going to get hit with a little combo there, but he does make it back and switches the edge guard on Tiger, and in a terrible time now, too, because a zero death comes through. Not quite death yet, but Keith is extremely damaged now in a stock where he was just fresh.
That's what I'm saying, though. Like, look, they took one small window of opportunity and almost turned that into a stock just like that. That combo, like, came out of thin air.
And it was like, makeshift as well, because he started off with no weapon, picks up the gauntlets. Now he has a new weapon. You got to reimagine what you're going for here, right? Like, it's inventive. That's clean teamwork right there.
Definitely clean teamwork, and I like the coverage too. Sire actually getting that side air and backing off with Himway coming through for his own side air. Okay, for the ground pound. Oh, man, was not looking.
Side sig.
Super quick with it. I know he wasn't even looking at that ace off. That man just came swinging in real quick and just enough to get him past that blast zone. But still, a lot of damage here on to the blue team.
Well, if they can get another knockout here on Sire, it is very winnable. For one thing, Tiger gets knocked out first on the right side. Keith, he's fighting back though. Fighting back has to end at some point. Another knockout on the right side. Himway is playing very clean.
Yeah, no, he's pretty good with the punishes right there, and I think that's why he's getting so many KOs. He's just in the right place at the right time when it comes to, you are hurt, and I have the right weapon for this.
Yep.
So yeah, both of those last stocks taking with some side airs, like get him out of here, super quick with it.
I mean,
he's been turning up for sure.
I'm telling you, EU and NA are sleeping on this Algrim pick because I feel like it's everywhere. Brazil, C, here, like you just see this Algrim in 2v2 and it does work. All right, so I mean, someone needs to pick up Costlix as a teammate or something because this Algrim is going undervalued.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
This character is too clean in 2v2s right now.
I didn't even think about it too. Yeah, that's definitely not an NA pick, surprisingly. So I mean, like we're still kind of stuck in the Stone Age world. We love Bodvar over here. That's what we do. But
I don't think we love Bodvar this patch. Trust me.
Oh, he's done. Oh no. Not the Bodvar nerf. He's out of there, bro. But maybe
We're all on cross duty in NA right now.
okay. Well, you know what? I like that character, so I'm down with it. You know what? Let's more cross for you. But
All right, more cross, but less Miami Dome. We're on Fortress of the Lions this time. So
this is a good. You know what? Thank you. This is a good looking stage. All right.
this is a very pretty stage. You got the stained glass in the middle.
All right, man. So let's see how this one plays out. We finally got a swap of stages. Said enough Miami Dome. I'm out the club. Let's go ahead and take it almost medieval.
Yeah, from the club to church.
Yeah. It's Saturday to Sunday night for sure. Like, I must repent for my sins, but let's see what happens here, man. Hopefully they're trying to get to a game 5, and that is not a way to start it off, though. You know,
Hemwe is playing some crazy Brawlhalla. Like,
yeah.
There's some insane Brawlhalla.
Hey, that boy said, I'm in it to win it, and he is looking just like that.
Sire with the 3-piece in the mid-air. He's going to take Tiger off the top without even touching the ground. He's too clean with it. Gets the spot dodge read, and it's a 3-piece back. Bro, what?
He's at one we're not even a minute into this game.
It's Grands.
Oh, Lord. I'm telling you, man, sometimes you just look like you're still in pools when you're playing against the right team, because Sire and Hemwe are definitely in sync right now.
I'm still mouth open at that combo because I'm like thinking about that in my head. I'm like, I need to start hitting those because he dragged them from the right side of the stage, not letting them free at any point, gets the end sig, and it was all midair. How are you doing combos midair?
I mean, that was straight up off a punish insig too. Like, he's like, all right, you did something, I'm gonna punish with insig, and then Sire's like, yeah, I see it, I'm there. Let's go ahead and get this. Let's get these gains, brother. So just like that, we are.
Tiger is trying to clap back with some sigs of his own, but Keith has. He's gone pushed to his limit here. He's on that red of his last stock, and Hemwe is going to take him right off the top, and now the pizzas start going down.
They eating because they're definitely eating in this tournament. Now, I have to say, I saw Keith drop a down sig in there, and that felt like a taunt. Like, I don't because he died immediately right after that. Because, I mean, like, it just happens. No one was home.
When the Vector throws out the down sig, you know that it's time to start thinking about other things in the game. Right?
Yeah,
because,
and I'm really surprised he went Vector this entire time. They must have really thought they were going to get this next win.
I felt like it was working. I felt like the Vector pick wasn't...
It wasn't bad.
It was, like... Because you just have to think, all right, maybe you should at least try the Val. Right. You should have at least tried it. But the Vector pick was not bad. Tiger, on the other hand, going for that another side. So he's been hitting a lot of these, but not enough to get these stocks off. As it was 4-1, and now it's 3-1. But that's still a lot to work with. Down six gonna catch out your recovery. You're not coming back after that unless he lets you. But it's gonna get confirmed by him.
I like that idea though. I like that idea. The reverse, reverse down stick right there to try to catch him. But it does get a hit and the chase dodge. But yeah, Hemwe was right there.
Tiger doing the most damage in that game. You gotta feel bad.
Okay.
That's what feels bad, man, when you're dropping 600 and you can't push out a win there. But let's not talk about who just lost. Let's talk about who just won. Keith, the Poo-Poo, and Tiger are not your champions. Hemwe. You have to help me out here.
Yeah, Hemwe, you're insane, bro. Like, that's just all you have to say like about that one. Because the thing is, like, we're looking at the damage, right? We're like, all right, where the damage is pretty comparable. But the thing is, they had, like, effective damage. Yeah, like, that damage was pretty much right when it was time for you to die, you died. Like, it was time for you to go.
I mean, you're talking about damage. I wasn't even paying attention to damage. Because at the end of that set, we're looking at, like, 1 hit, 2 hit, just set across the entire map. It was just, like, it was amazing. I don't know. Those combos had me on my feet. I was actually really excited watching those. Hemwe and Sire.
That's the champions.
Those are your summer champions. 2v2.
Well deserved too. I mean,
honestly,
like, you guys slapped.
They were good.
You can't even, there's no like, oh, what could happen? No, it's not what could happen. 3-1 and a straight body bag.
They were playing polls matches all night.
Oh, for sure. It was a 3-0 in their winner side of thing. Yeah, they
was
went
looking too good. I don't trust it. We need to see what they can do come BCX time, because that was clean gameplay. I'm excited for that.
Yeah. I definitely need to see y'all at BCX, man. I hope you guys like get in the top 8. Just do something, because I mean, like, yeah. And I hope y'all are still teaming. This wasn't like a, hey man, it's a one-off type deal. No, y'all got a team.
You don't do that to the bracket. I'm looking at it. You don't do that to the bracket, and it's a one-off thing.
Yeah, no, shake hands and go your separate ways. No, you guys are friends
Good
now.
turn, bro. Good turn. Nope, you guys are start going for world champions now. All right, but. That is your Southeast Asian Championships. That's just one of many this weekend as Summers kicks off. We got doubles for you this entire weekend. We got Brazil, NA, EU all coming through. And TK.
Yeah, we'll be back, you know, pretty early in the morning. So, you know, it's going to be probably like a 10-hour break. We'll see you right back here on the Brawlhalla channel.
You go have your little rest, some naps if you need it. But we're going to be right back here with some Brawlhalla action. Almost immediately.
Almost immediately.
10 hours. We'll be gone and back. You won't even notice.
Yeah, man. So don't go well, obviously go somewhere now, but come back tomorrow.
Sit right here and wait for us to come back.
Come back tomorrow morning for some more Brawlhalla action. We'll see you then, guys. Peace.